Yep.
Hey, Bob.
Huh? All right, what's up, folks? So it's Saturday. It should be about around 1:12 on the East Coast, which is when I was trying to do this, but forgot to hook up my camera quicker. So we're gonna see who's gonna filter in here. And this is just an impromptu geek speak. We just talk about some shit that's going on, not the real deal show. That's tomorrow. But I'm here, and I think GG is live right now doing something major. But there's some room, there's some space to do something different. So I'm the one to do it. And right now I'm updating my Go. Shit. Because every once in a while you need to take a little bit of a break. And that's what I'm doing. So what are you guys up to today? It's Saturday. It's like after 12 here on the West Coast. So everybody doing a lunch thing. What about the rest of you? Garbage for real. Got one person watching, but they ain't talking in the chat. I wonder if that's my one hater. That make sure they watching when I go live. What up, DH? Laundry, but my sons want to go back to the shop. What up, D? Yeah, that's cool. They can come through. You know who I really hope come through this motherfucker? This nurse I saw yesterday. I'm praying to God she come through here. She come through here, I'm on her ass. Yesterday wasn't the time, but she got my information. She know who I am and know where I'm at. She come through here, I'm on her ass. Not even gonna be a question. So I'm double dutying right now. Yeah, Hello Nurse was right. Here's the funny part about it, D. I don't know this woman from nowhere. Never seen her before. Walked in, she doing my paperwork, getting my weight and stuff like that for the procedure. And underneath her shirt, like right on the side, I see some little feathers hanging out. There's a tattoo, right? White skin, long curly hair, little marshmallow size. Nice, right? And I just asked her, I said, what is that, a bird? And she pulls up her shirt and said, no, it's a dream catcher, but she can't pull the shirt up all the way for me to see it because it's hanging out right below the sleeve, which is fine. I don't mind tattoos covered up if you're wearing regular business clothes. That's, to me, that's how they should be. You shouldn't see all your goddamn sleeves and everything else. But she says, it's a dream catcher, right? Okay, that's cool. And I'm looking at her and I'm getting the vibe, and this is for BGS. My anima is yelling at me. My anima is telling me some stuff. So I listen to my anima. My anima is telling me 7, right? So I'm listening to my anima, listening to my bottom bitch, right? So I asked her, I said, you have 7 tattoos? And she's like, that's a really good guess. I said, but do you actually have 7? And then she starts counting. Because I can only see this one on her right here, a little bit of this one, then one like around her wrist. So I'm only seeing a little bit of it. She started counting. She's like, yeah, 7. Like, damn. So how'd you know that? I said, I'm psychic. Which I am. So that was a little impressive, but going through the rest of the stuff I was going through there, it's kind of embarrassing. So it wasn't a time to talk to her, but when I left, she already had all my information, you know, the shop, where I work today, whatever. She already knew my schedule. She knew my schedule from talking in the doctor's office. She already knew my schedule. Now, when I was leaving, she was leaving with me at the same time, but because of COVID, we couldn't get on the elevator at the same time. It was her and two old ladies on walkers. I let the two old ladies on the walkers get in the elevator with her. So I didn't see where she went to get out the building and actually holler at her. So I had a feeling. Every time I've had that feeling, it's actually paid off for me. So I had a feeling. So I'm hoping that actually pays off for me. So come through here. Oh my ass. It's like the Delta variant on my ass. Now offers metaphysical mac and I like that one. I like that one, D. Metaphysical mac. It's all metaphysical. We got to get Sir Ism on that because he in the Bay. We got to get Ism on that. Jack. Metaphysical mac and Jack. That'll be hilarious. But yeah, you sometimes you get those vibes when you're walking past people, especially with females and stuff like that you talk to. That's what people kind of make reference to when they talk about that vibe you get from somebody. That's exactly what it is. You actually do feel a little bit of something, and it's just you have to be in tune with yourself enough to understand when the energy has changed and when you're getting those vibes. And my animus, because I know what she looks like now, pretty much. I listen to that voice inside of me because I know what it is, and that voice inside of me was like, "Holla, holla." That's what she was saying. Now, my animus or my anima was the one that got me to hook up with my last girlfriend, the crazy one. Be it as it may, that's how I met her because my animus was hollering at me like, "You got to say something to her. Say something to her." It's always in Oakland, so I don't know. I'm shaking up the trees. Yeah, that's a legit first meetup story, exactly. And I think about that a lot more, D, now that I've gotten older. It's like, what's the story that you tell people when you actually finally meet them and say you guys are together? What's the story that you tell people? We met off of Tinder? Not a good story. What? I had 5 dudes that week and he was the one that paid off for the date, so I went out and we fell in love. That's not it. That's not the story. Not even a good story. It's like the lesser of two evils or something like that. Like, that's not a story at all. 1 second, I got a customer, you guys. How are you? I'm not talking to myself. I'm live streaming, so I'm not completely crazy. So, and right now I'm only talking to one person, but he knows who I am, so it's not weird. It's not weird for him. It's weird for you. But yeah, I usually think about that nowadays because it is a little bit more interesting because I think long term in a relationship sense and the story that you tell people about how you met kind of informs on if you were actually in love with each other or if it was just like the situation kind of worked together. So why not? I just beat cancer. I came out of the cancer ward. He was hitting on me. I said, fuck it, I can live through this. I can live through him. It'd be funny. Have a good one. So, like, story with my ex-wife, we met in high school. And she ran from me the first time she saw me. And not because I was fucking hideous. She was just, embarrassed. And when I talked to her that first time, gave her my number because my homeboy, Sleep, had hooked it up. Me and her weren't even in classes together. She was like a grade behind me. Gave me her number, and I talked to her that night. That was the first question I asked her. I'm like, so why'd you run? The fuck? But the breaking up after high school and then meeting back up together, the series of events that led to us meeting back up together like 6 years later and hitting it off and ended up, having a child and getting married. Tell that shit to a girlfriend, they'd be like, oh, that was so sweet. That meant it was meant to be. Like, yeah, or we still had the same friend in common. But some of the things that lined up on my side, it did. Like, okay, well, this is the time I finally went back out after having my son. It was like 5 years. I wasn't dating nobody. I was taking care of my kid. So it made for a good story. Some of the other people I met don't make for a good story at all. But in an Esther Perel sense, the stories that we tell ourselves are the ones that are more important. And I usually try to live in reality. Outside of dealing with comic books, everything else is reality. So it is what it is. This lady reading a lot of Wolverine. See, this is a smart geek right here because she's reading up on Dark Wolverine, which if they go, well, she got Dark Wolverine, Guardians of the Galaxy. So if they do the Dark Avengers in that MCU shit, she already gonna be up on what's going on. This is what happens with actual geeks. They actually read comics, not fucking Wikipedia. See, and she said exactly. So fuck y'all. You think I'm bullshitting, but she got a weird number on here. I don't know if I want to say this one out loud. 2666. Got 3 6s in there.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. She got the dark hair, but she a real geek because she got a Transformers Autobot tattoo on her wrist, motherfucker. Her nickname is RC right now. All right, chip right there. Would you like a bag?
Yeah.
There. Pick your receipt and then press the green button. There you go. You're welcome. Have a good one. Enjoy your comics. My friend said salute to her for that. Have a good one. I ain't gonna flirt with her too much because her man's sitting outside and he didn't back into my fucking car when he pulled up, so I'm happy about that shit. She got a nice little butt on her. Cute. Maybe I should focus on that more next time I date. I need to focus solely on finding a geek. Maybe that'll work better. I don't know. I like my you say girls like the kid because he's bisexual. I think girls like the kid because the kid is a legit bad boy. The Ken to me is like a bad boy in that European sense that he'll fuck anything. Guy, girl, it don't matter. It don't make no difference in how he gonna kill you. It don't. You get, fucked in one or two ways. It don't matter. The Ken is a low scruples and does everything. Like if you watch any British television, I was talking about Torchwood not too long ago. I like Torchwood. I like Captain Jack Harkness. Captain Jack Harkness ain't even bisexual. That motherfucker is omnisexual because he's been out in the universe screwing all kinds of things, and he a human being from Earth. You like Captain Kirk. Look, green, purple, head, no head, don't even matter. He getting it. So you get back to Earth and you see him kissing on a man. It's not really that it's shocking to you because you're from Earth, but if you don't know, this dude was fucking a blob like not 10 minutes ago. It don't matter. It don't matter. He get down with anything. So it don't matter. But that chick is a legit geek. Rick Sanchez, live action Rick Sanchez. But that chick is a legit geek. She got the Transformers tattoo right on her wrist. Big Autobots tattoo right on her wrist, and a clean one. Hello Kitty mask, dark and colored hair, dark hair with some little pink up front, and some other geek shit. She even got her little nose pierced right here, which ain't too attractive to me. That looked really goddamn painful. But if she took that, I guess some other shit is open. But dude, that's some wild shit. That is some wild shit. But that's why I like geek girls, because they usually have more of a sense of humor. She's listening to the conversation and she's laughing along with the conversation, but she ain't being rude about it. All up in her fucking fifis and shit. Got shit to do with her. My medicine for today. So, child support trafficking. Really? LAR? That's interesting. So anyway, and she got her dude, and she got her child. Geeks get it in. I hate to keep trying to reinforce this point to people. Geeks ain't sexless fucking incels. They're not. The majority of geeks is not no fucking incels. I don't know who told that. Mr. Khan clan. Yeah. Having flashes of cons with that description. Yeah. I was on Instagram today and I saw Concrete Comics set up at an Atlanta comic convention. 2021 had their tables out. I'm like, damn, where are the cons happening around here? I'm ready to go to a con. And I never looked at the con as like the fucking dating pool. I never looked at it like that. Every time I go to a con, it's either to work there or to buy. And maybe see some of my friends that's there, because working in a comic shop, you will come in contact with a lot of people, right? A lot of customers. When you go to a con, all those customers are there. Depending on what day you go, all those customers are probably in there, and you'll see them out in during the con on the floor, right? And it's funny because they're only used to seeing you in one venue, behind the counter. So no matter how much you talk to them, you could have had hour-long conversations with them once a month for that whole year. That one day that they see you out in the real world at a con, they kind of shocked, like, oh shit, they don't know how to react to you. Especially when you know they fucking name. Like, oh, what's up, Eric? Like, oh shit, it's you. What you doing here? Like, I'm at the con. You know what I'm doing here? Doing the same thing here you do it. Looking for some deals. You know, trying to see some of these artists. What panel you about to check out? You know, oh, I'm about to get so-and-so autograph. Oh shit, I already got his autograph. I'm going over here to see so-and-so, and I'm about to cruise through Artist Alley and see who up there. That's what you do. So it's weird. It's just that weird thing with geeks. They see you outside of context and they get kind of nervous. Like, oh shit, yeah, I'm a real person. And I live in the real world. So anyway, that was funny. You got 3 people in here and ain't nobody talking. So I got 2 haters indeed. It's weird as fuck. I'm waiting on my next troll. So what are we talking about? I have not done a Suicide Squad review, because what you guys don't know, most people don't know, is I did a watch party for Suicide Squad on Thursday. So I fired up the stream, did a closed stream, invited a few guests, and had them on the stream with me as we watched Suicide Squad. So it's actual geeks watching the movie, responding to the movie in real time. So you don't hear any of these fucking canned responses on what the movie was and what it wasn't. Because I've watched a bunch of reviews right now and everybody is copying 2 fucking sites. 2 reviewers. And I'm hearing the same words coming out of their mouth that this other reviewer said. They're bigger reviewers, so, you know, people feeding off the bigger fish. So, oh, what's up? What's up, Shaka? Shaka Dilehunt. What's good, Shaka? How you been, bro? I'm about to hit the Cerrito tonight. I think I'm going to watch Suicide Squad for the 2nd time, just so I can laugh in the theater. I've had some of the most crazy meetups with ladies at con. They see other geeks that aren't so outcasted, laughing out loud, and get extra friendly. Well, I've been having the wrong experiences. I be paying. See, this is the thing. When I'm on business, I'm on fucking business. I don't be thinking about no fucking women. I don't be thinking about them at all. I'm focused on what I'm supposed to be fucking doing, especially if I'm on the job. So that's probably why I hadn't been looking as hard at cons, because it's like shitting where you eat. And I don't believe in shitting where you eat. So that's probably why I hadn't been looking like that. I mean, I see nice looking chicks at the con, but it's like, is it? How you doing, sir?
How's it going?
All right. If you hear me talking, I'm not talking to myself. I'm actually live streaming, not talking to myself.
Okay.
How you folks doing?
Good, how are you?
All right. So same thing to him. If you need help, let me know. And if you hear me talking, I'm not talking to myself. I'm live streaming. I'm talking to people who aren't here.
Gotcha.
So
That's good.
I'm not completely crazy in that way. So I'd never actually end up in there just looking for fucking chicks. That's not what I'm doing. I'm there for a purpose, and I'm fulfilling that purpose while I'm there. It's not side stuff. Don't be laughing at me, D. You know what's happening. I was a vendor for the customer service. Yeah, if you're a vendor at a con, the customer service is important. You're going to end up talking to a bunch of people. The last con I was at that I was actually working at, I was working for the con itself. I was actually helping the other vendors that were there. So I was ended up interacting with a lot of vendors and walking the floor, making sure people weren't too crowded and stuff like that. Basic like security shit, like I always end up doing. So I wasn't there necessarily to socialize with everybody else. It was nice looking people there, but I wasn't there socializing. I'm there working. That's what my job is. That's how I end up meeting the guy who wrote The Boys. That's how I end up meeting, not the writer, the artist. That's how I end up meeting him, because I'm helping him unload his damn car with all these Boys comics, and that's why he signed one for me. I was like, oh, this is cool. He said, did you ever read this? Like, no. But let's get these boxes inside and get you set up. Which is just funny. What did Shaka say? Peacemaker making no peace? Yeah, wait a minute. Have you guys seen Suicide Squad at all?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, good for you. We can't spoil it because we got at least 2 people in here who haven't seen it, so we can't. I'm not going to spoil it. I'll wait till they leave, and then we can spoil it, but I don't want to spoil it for them.
Oh, it's any consolation. Like
It won't matter?
I don't care.
Okay.
You look like Jeff's brother.
Jeff Goldblum?
No, not Jeff Goldblum. No, so you're not Jeff's brother.
I don't know who Jeff is.
No, Jeff is the old owner.
No.
Yeah. You look like his brother Phil in the eyes, so that's why I was like, you look like his brother. Never mind. It's fine. If you don't know Jeff, you're obviously not his brother. So it doesn't
I also
matter.
don't know Phil, so
Yeah, exactly. So you know neither Jeff nor Phil, and are not Jeff or Phil. So yeah, we won't ruin it right now. So judging from the mood, she'll probably enjoy it. Him maybe not so much, but they'll see. I won't see. They'll see. He was making an F West in peace. Let me see what you said. I only did security gigs and it was Stanley, otherwise I didn't make more selling. Yeah, I usually end up doing security gigs a lot. I don't mind security gigs because it can end up being pretty easy just standing around. And if you're doing security at or help at cons, usually getting to cons a couple of days for free. It's not like it's a big undertaking. You're working for maybe 4 or 5 hours, and then you're getting to go to the rest of the con because you're already there. Look, I don't mind helping and volunteering and stuff like that. That's how I started before I even started working. That's what I was doing. I was volunteering at events and stuff like that. So I don't have a problem with working events and just being there. Selling is different because you end up being locked down to your booth. You're locked in your booth and you're dealing with a lot of people that are coming up, and it helps if you're actually friendly, because I've walked up on people who have booths at cons, and if you're going to be rude, why are you even there? That makes no sense. You don't like people, don't show up there. Get somebody else. How are you?
I was wondering if you had card seats.
What kind of sleeves? Those are the only ones we have right now. The play games.
That's great. Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly what I want. And then I wanted to ask if I could look through any of your Black Plains collection.
Yep.
And
Oh.
if you have lambs, like that, just to have stuff out.
How many lands do you need? We'll probably sell you $1 worth of lands.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll
that'd be
give you
great.
some out of our stash
Okay,
that we just have. But otherwise, we usually don't have that. So
I got you.
it looks like we do.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, look what we do. One of my coworkers downsized one of the boxes.
Yeah.
So we do have a bunch of lenses. I didn't look at everything you know here. So
Gotcha.
lens.
Okay.
And
We're starting, we're doing a draft of the Forgotten Realms. It just came out
okay.
this afternoon, and I have my old battle decks and stuff like that up with my mom's and back, and I haven't made it up here yet, so I'm like, oh, well, maybe that's a new pile now.
I have not gotten any Forgotten Realms yet. Just because we were one ordering for the last few months of the hospital.
Yeah.
I'm not going to close now, but I haven't picked up everything. So,
Yeah.
so green commons, black commons, and then any other sets that are already broken on that set. So if you know what you're looking for, it's like one of those sets.
Thank you.
All right, sorry about that, folks. Yeah, what's up, no one? Yeah, magic cards, magic cards. You know how I get about magic, you know. Like, looking for a black green deck too. I do go Gari. Man, hell out of here, Gari colors. So, what you guys got? Hello, Federal Banks. Yeah, so no spoilers on Suicide Squad. Did you guys watch that premiere of that I did that came out today of Lady of Heaven? What'd you guys actually think of that? Because I think I got thrown off a little bit. The brother asked me to review the trailer. I reviewed the trailer, and then he came in the comment section and threw something up there that seemed like it was a religious advertisement, and I'm not necessarily for it. Look, we was just talking about magic. You heard me talking about you?
I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. How you been?
You know, this.
Yeah. Well, you've been on lockdown. You could have been doing something different.
That's true. Playing Magic.
Yeah, still playing magic, though, right? Yeah.
Buying all kinds of paper cards that I'm not playing with.
Paper cards? What do you fake cards?
They not buying my cards. I bought most of that stuff.
Oh, God. Okay. No. Gotta do real cards. Let me make sure I fill out my ACD thing today and get that changed over to me. I have to call our actual rep for ACD and see if they can change over the account, the ownership on the account. So it goes from the old person to the new person. You saw the premiere, Double C? What's up? What's good, Double C? Dub C, hang around, because you got to tell me if you and your wife went and saw Suicide Squad or not. But I can't talk about it right now because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. And you saw the premiere too. What did you think of that trailer for that movie? Especially your wife. I want to know what she thought of it because I think the audience for that movie is women, but I don't know how that's gonna feel with them because they mixing it up with all the Islam and stuff like that. It's like they don't really have a good, track record like that with women. I don't know how that's even playing. Is that supposed to be historically accurate or somebody taking a take on history? I don't know. Weird to me. The Double C said, yeah, it was confusing to me too, Double C. That's why I watched it and was like, I thought it was just because it was late when I did it because I recorded that right after I watched the Suicide Squad on Thursday. So I thought it was just me that I was tired, but watching it again today, I was still like, I still don't get what the hell this movie is supposed to be about. I'm not stupid. So they're going to have to, I would have to watch it for them to explain something more to me. Is it, an advertisement video, a 2-hour advertisement, or is it actually some story going on? I don't know. Seemed like Islamic fantasy. A little bit. It did have that fantasy. I'm waiting to see the Prince of Persia jump out of there or something feel to it. But I still didn't know what the hell is it about. Dude, this ain't the Matrix. You got to tell me a little bit more. No one, you going to watch Suicide Squad tonight? That's what's up. I'm probably going to go see it again tonight too because Cerrito's showing it, and I haven't seen my folks over there in a couple weeks, so I got to go throw them some money too because I want them to get completely back up and running. So I'll pay my tithe to my church. You're gonna watch it today, Double C. She's under the weather. Tell her I hope she feels better. I'm not saying we. I'm not talking in the third person. I hope she feels better. That just means she can sit home and binge watch on some shit. Binge watch on something good. Because if she hasn't watched it already, I'd be curious to know what she thought of Masters of the Universe. I already got BGS to watch it and tell me what he thought of it. I got to see tomorrow if he finished it. But he had watched 2 episodes of it. He gave me his little brief synopsis of it, his opinion. I need a female perspective on this. Shaka, look, you can be mad all you want, Shaka. They ain't did nothing to me. They haven't did anything to me. I'm not dumb enough that we always got to ride that way. You had your experience with them because you are you. And I can say this to Shaka, y'all, because I know him personally. Shaka is him. He a different kind of person to deal with. So you got your experiences with them, and I got mine. And hopefully we don't have the same experience. Oh, shit, everybody reviewing this movie this week. You got Bitter Truth and somebody else reviewing Suicide Squad. I can remember the days when there was only one person in this space that reviewed movies. I'm paying. Yeah, Shaka, you shouldn't care anymore. You already moved on. What difference does it make? I know it's still, would burn you a little bit, but I don't know if you feel that damn bad. Next time you're in the Bay, drive by, throw some eggs at the window and call it a day. Get it out your system. Get over it. Please bring G's up tomorrow for that MOT. Yeah, I'll bring BGS up tomorrow. If he comes into the chat, I'll actually ask him up because he knows I'm going to ask him. We already talked about it. BGS showed up on my watch party for Suicide Squad. So we had a nice little conversation after that and had to cut it off because me and BGS start talking. We'll go on for another 3 or 4 hours when it's like, yeah, I'm shutting this down. But, 3 hours later, we're still talking. So he mentioned it and we talked about it a little bit, but I want to hear what the rest of it was because he still had to watch the other 3 episodes. This? Alrighty. Whoopsie. 1 second, you guys. I gotta help the customer out. I'm forgetting his name. Reese? Reese or Reese? Reese. First name? Mercado. Last name? That's the one I was looking at, but I'm arguing with my brain right now. It's like, that's not the one. It's like, no, that's the one. That's not the one. This is the one. So that's why you got to listen to your inner voice. My inner voice was telling me that 4 times. It already knew.
Very important.
I denied it 4 times.
Every day.
Not every day, because I just told him a story earlier about, seeing this nurse yesterday at the hospital that was having that vibe in my head to talk to. And the vibe in my head told me how many tattoos she had, only seeing 2 of them. And I was exactly right, and she was kind of thrown off by that shit. Like, how did you know? Like, I'm psychic. That's how I knew. I know things about people. So I pay attention. So here it is. I just did that whole story about my damn inner voice and listening to it, and it's telling me what your name is, and I'm still ignoring it. Like your mother, you don't listen all the time.
No. I mean, if I did, I'd probably be better off.
Pick your seat. Clint, you want a bag?
No, real hard.
All right, have a good one.
See you again.
Good to see you. And we will get ordered up this month, so we'll have new books coming in.
Oh, sweet. Thank
So we'll see. My wife didn't like how Tila looked masculine. I didn't like that shit either necessarily. I was always a fan of Tila. I know this is like the modern Tila, the millennial Tila. All right. I thought the old Tila was kind of hot, but all right, whatever. It's not my show. It's not my show. But it was entertaining. In a sense, I want to see what part 2 has to show me. But she did like Evelyn. Evelyn was interesting. She was a little bit more interesting. But Evelyn was Lena Headey from Game of Thrones, so she can actually give a performance. Once I remembered that, I kept trying not to see her as Cersei. It's like, y'all better watch it. I think she's about to blow up something. And Shaka Zach has been cool. I saw Zach yesterday because I only come in here once a week now. I only come in once a week. So I haven't been seeing Zach, but I saw him yesterday because I came in here early. And his wife dyed his hair blonde. Like, why? Like, I told him, I said, look, you got to tell her. She got to let me know before she do shit like that. I can't just show up and see you one day and you look completely different from the day before. The last time I saw you, it will make me crazy. So he got long blonde hair right now. And I told him he looked more like a pirate now. Like, shit. What the hell? Yeah, see, it's funny. You can't imagine Zach with blonde hair. For the rest of you guys that don't know Zach is my coworker who works here, and Zach wears glasses. White guy always wears a black trench coat, duster, and seeing him with blonde hair and a long ponytail he already looks scary enough. He didn't need to be blonde too. That's off-putting. Then you gonna get out of a minivan too? That doesn't even look right. Come on. Weird. Like you would expect him on a motorcycle, not a minivan. So, but he's good for as I know. And we're not making him crazy. Which is good because he doesn't. Zach Sparrow. Shaka, just for you, I'm gonna text him that right now. I'm gonna put that in the group chat. Would be him and Ford. I might change his damn name in my phone to Zach Sparrow. That's funny as hell. All right. So anyway, Master of the Universe was cool. Wait and see part 2, how that shakes out. I think part 2 will actually have He-Man coming back. Obviously, they have to. It's too late for them to try to go back and change it based on the Geek report on it. Of some people being pissed off about the show. They're not going back to reanimate it. So, as far as I know, it's coming out soon. I think before the end of the year, part 2 will be out. So, see what it is. They got to bring them back because you're not going to end the whole season on that downer. So, we'll see. She didn't like how it was hinted that Tila and Andrea hinted at a Les relationship. Yeah, they kind of hinted at it. They didn't go all the way with it though. Yeah, it was hinted, but who else Tila been into? She been into He-Man the whole damn time. And he was dead, so she moved on. So, it is what it is. Wish that they showed more Masters of the Universe. Well, technically, Double C, they did show almost all of the Masters of the Universe. Almost all of them. I was waiting to see Mechaneck. I think they messed up when they gave me that metal fake ore. Fake ore is supposed to be like purple. I don't know what they did on that one, but there's some other characters that I wanted to see. So maybe they'll put that in part 2, because what is it, Hasbro, or whatever? They're trying to sell all these toys again. So that's why you're seeing all this stuff thrown into the movie. They're trying to sell these toys again. So they got to show you all of them, so your kids know what to go out to the stores like. Oh, I'm looking for this one. And you know who to get on Amazon. So you'll probably see more in the second episode. I was interested in some of the stuff I did see. Like the thing that stands out the most is freaking Triclops leading a cult, a techno cult. Didn't see that one coming. That was a little weird, but it's a little interesting too in that weird way. So let's see. I'm gonna throw this into the chat. If any of y'all want to come up, we can. It's just a Geek Speaks. There is no real topic, but if you got something you want to throw in there, go ahead. Moderate your profanity the way I am, sort of. May get kids come in, but there's none in there right now, so you could talk like a grown up or a poorly educated grown up. Triclops giving out yeah, that's the same thing I said. Double C. Triclops is giving out the techno virus. I'm like, where's Cable? Like they crossing the universes right now. That's the first thing I thought about. Like that, the techno organic virus. What is he giving them? That is wrong. But it was interesting. Not the hair bud juice. What else is going on? There's people keep walking in and out and not saying anything. Oh, it's a tall brother. What's going on, man?
Yeah.
All right, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, that was interesting. What else we got? This other thing with this, this is not geek related necessarily unless you're into music, but 2 things. That versus battle with the Locks and Dipset and Dr. Dre's daughter. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah. We'll have, you back into the business?
All right, 1 second, you guys. Get this lady warmed up. It's a church next door. I'm not sacrificing people or anything, though.
Oh, not yet.
No, they stopped playing music a while ago. Is that 8? Is that 10? Nope. All right, 2968. Let's see, credit. Chip right there. Take your receipt.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and we got one more receipt for you. There you go.
Take the bunch.
You're welcome. Have a good game. All right, folks. I see you back there, Double C. Let me get you up here. What's good, Double C?
What's going on?
Oh, the usual. Usual. How you doing?
Good, man.
Jada
Can't
Kiss,
complain.
Peacemaker, all over.
Hold on.
Man. Jada Kiss, look, dude. He kissed that game goodbye. That's what the fuck he did.
Sure did.
Yeah, they represented. The Locks represented. And I could hear what Jada Kiss was saying. It's like, man, how the hell y'all out here lip syncing over tracks? What the fuck is that? Yeah, that MTV lip sync battle? No, I want you to spit, motherfucker. That's your job, right?
Well, Joel Santana didn't remember none of his fucking lines. Sorry. Go.
No, you okay? There's no kids in here right now. But no, he wasn't remembering shit. And like I said, like I told Art and them, they were talking about it. I thought, look, man, I never really knew a whole bunch about Dipset anyway, and they always seemed hella overrated to me. Because the only thing that made me even get Dipset on my radar was the fact that Cat Williams was possibly part of Dipset. I'm like, Cat Williams ain't no goddamn rapper though. He is a stand-up comedian. So what is he doing there? That was it.
Well, the
But
main players of
I-
Dipset weren't that good to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
Cameron
Jim
was good.
Jones.
Yeah,
Jim Jones is good. Hell Rel, Freaky Zeke. Them guys were good. Joel Santana just like he rapped in broken sentences. I could never follow him.
look at Kareem up in here from the Island of Champions. Funny. Yeah, Jules, I wasn't impressed with him. He looked ridiculous out there. Like somebody ran into their closet and just came out with whatever stuck to him.
He dressed like he was back in 2004.
Yeah, he was out of the loop. He was out of the goddamn loop. At least everybody else had on sports attire or something like that. Sweatpants, some shit, some boss fat boy shit. But no, he was. No. Oh, and just to throw this out to Shaka, Zach said no to Zach Sparrow. He said nope. Using it anyway, because grown motherfucker, you can't tell me shit. That shit is funny.
Artist, I had a question. Well, actually, my wife had a question for you.
Cool. What you got?
She was like, "Do you know anything about The Witcher?"
Very little about The Witcher because I haven't read the books and I didn't play the video games and I still have not watched the Netflix show. So my knowledge on The Witcher is limited at best.
Well, because they're
Outside of as a show.
come out with an origin show of his teacher Vesemir called Nightmare of the Wolf.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, so
it's a show on what?
Yeah,
what network?
sure.
Netflix?
Yeah, called Nightmare of the Wolf, exploring the origins of Vesemir.
Okay, is that the
That's the teacher.
I think I saw the trailer. Yeah, I think I saw the trailer for that.
Okay.
That looked interesting. That was already on my radar. That's on my list for when it comes out. Because I did see the trailer for that Nightmare of the Wolf stuff, and I got that it was, okay, it's the origin of the Witcher shit. Okay, I'll get that. Because it'll probably give me a good little preamble on what the Witcher is all about.
Yeah.
That's the one. That was my figuring, but yes, that is on my thing because I did see that. So I'm going to watch that. I am going to watch that. So Taylor, thank you for the heads up on that. I do appreciate it. Like I said, I don't see everything. I don't watch absolutely everything. I don't have that kind of time. But what I do watch and what I do know about, I will share with you guys. And if it's something that you know, since I spend a lot of time telling you guys about the stuff that I like, you can get a gauge on that shit. You recommend something to me and I go back and watch it, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
If it's good, I'll review it, and if it's shit, I'll review it, and then you got to come up and explain why you recommended that shit to me.
Yeah.
Shout out to Artie Idmore and Robo Vampire. Like, what the fuck was you thinking?
Hey,
Why
man.
did you do that? Why'd you make me do that?
You know what? Robo Vampire, Rubber, those were very great bad movies.
Those were great bad movies. That's what I was remembering when BGS brought it up Thursday. Right, and saying it was that Suicide Squad wasn't Robo Vampire. I was like, no, but the thing of it is that have a good one. Me getting pissed about Robo Vampire after I watched it and doing that stream with Artie Idmore. I did that stream so he could explain to me why he had me watch that shitty ass movie. But in the course of talking about that shitty ass movie, I started laughing so much about it, it actually turned it into a better movie because it was making me laugh, and the conversation we were having around it made it a better movie.
Yeah.
It's like smelling the fart in the car. Like, nobody likes smelling it, but y'all all gonna laugh about it. Like, nigga, remember that time you farted in the car? Yeah, it was loud. It's just something funny that happened from it.
Like, what crawled up you and died?
Yeah, what crawled up you and died? You gotta stop eating that shit. Don't let her feed you that stuff no more, man.
Yeah.
Like, she putting the root on you and you putting the root on all of us. Like, what the
All right, but I will see Suicide Squad tonight, with her. But Masters of the Universe, we liked it for what it was. We both realized that that show is not made for us.
Yeah, no, it's not.
So, because if you just think the show is made for us, then you'd be mad. But once you realize it's for a new generation, like I said, there's a lot of things that she didn't like in it. Like she picked up on, how Tila was, He-Man and Adam died.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad because y'all didn't tell me. It's all about me. She hated that aspect of it.
Yeah, that's like this is the one main thing that I hear from multiple people that I will hold to and say it's one of their own legit critiques is that most people hated the fact that that was her reasoning for being all upset. You lied to me. I'm like, bitch, if you don't get over it, this motherfucker just died for everybody in eternity. And you bitching, you didn't tell me that he wasn't. Like, shit, you couldn't figure it out. His mama figured it out. How stupid are you? You working right next to him the whole time. Jesus Christ.
Then they took it out on the Man at Arms, who had nothing to do with it.
That was the other thing. Like,
It's
King
like,
Raynor was a dick, dude. Like, dude, why you banishing this man after he had defended your kingdom for all these years? Fuck you. In Game of Thrones, he should have came back with his own army and took that kingdom.
and after, if it's supposed to be a direct sequel, like 30 years after the original, Ortho was still inept in magic until it counted, which was my
Until it
critique.
counted. Right.
But the best character that we both liked was Evil Lynn.
Yeah, at the end of the day, for me, Oracle shouldn't even be dead. He should come back in the second, in part two, like he just came back from the dimension he got kicked off to or something.
Yeah,
and Orko's still alive, but 30 years he still can't get his magic right. I think Artie Idmore was the one who explained it. Was that Orko came from another dimension, and because he came from another dimension, his magic didn't work right here. But given the place where he was at, his magic was awesome. But here, it was fucked off because his enchantments that he's saying are actually kind of backwards. It's not working the same way. So in the Magic of the Gathering sense, you went to a different plane, motherfucker. You don't use red and green mana for this one. For here, you got to use red, green, and white for the same cast. It don't work the same damn way.
but at the same time, you have 30 years.
Double C, no breaks. Like, yeah, at the same time.
Look, that's like,
no.
I used to work with a guy who came from Italy, was here for like 40 years, couldn't speak English. I'm like, that makes no sense to me. I can't figure that one out.
Because he don't want to.
Exactly.
You don't want to learn English.
Just say, I don't want to learn. I could accept that.
Well, that's one of the things that I do that I get on, which is self-imposed ignorance. I'm not a fan of self-imposed ignorance. You're choosing not to. That's a choice. Now, in Orko's case, fictional character. I can't say that he's been practicing. I can't remember an episode of He-Man where he was practicing off the top of my head. But yeah, maybe he was just shitty for 30 years. Maybe it was 30 years for us, but it was no time for them. It could have been next week. We don't know.
Man, all right, Artisan. We're both men. If I tell you a situation and you give me and you ask me why do I want to change the situation, I say I refuse to change. That's the end of the conversation.
That's the end of the conversation. Like, dude, that's stupid.
Exactly. That's exactly what you're gonna say. Look, man, that's dumb. Get out my face.
Yeah,
I'm not breaking for this one.
That's what it's gonna be. Whatever, man. Whatever.
Yeah, that's the same argument that I hear.
Look, Dub C, stomp him out. Whatever, nigga.
You have 30. You have 30 years. Look, man, working at McDonald's or anywhere else, you got a week to learn how to flip up hamburgers. So what the hell?
No shit. You got a week. Construction sites, you got a day. You got a day, probably 4 hours to show them what you got. If you can't show them what you got in like 2 to 4 hours, you the fuck out of there, dude.
Warehouse, 30 to 90 days.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry, 2 weeks to 90 days. So
you show improve right now.
A pimp, 3 hours.
A pimp, 3 hours. Yeah, it costs me money out here on the street.
Slow money is no money.
Slow money is no money. Why is good? Oh, okay.
Okay, I won't go no further than that, Joe, because I'm trying to keep it PG.
It's okay. It's still grown folks in here. And thank you to Bishop for the share. And what's up to the master teacher BGS for showing up into the Geek Speak. BGS cutting in. And so no one is saying, anybody rewatching anything right now, I'm finishing Young Justice, anything worthwhile to rewatch. Or good laundry folding shows. What's today? Saturday? You should be watching Bad Batch. You should watch the next episode of Bad Batch. And watch the one from last week, because they got into some shit. So it's actually taking a turn where it's like, oh, that's the last dude you should be fucking with right now. Like, oh, let's see how this goes. I'm really enjoying Bad Batch, and big shots out to Dave Filoni for doing that show. It's actually giving me something new in Star Wars that hadn't existed before, but it's actually backfilling a lot of story into what it was like when the Empire finally took over. It wasn't just all one day. It was like, yeah, we went from the Republic to an Empire. Yes, it's all done. Let's moving on.
Bad
we'll get new uniforms tomorrow. No, that's not how that shit worked. There was a lot of little smaller conflicts and smaller things that went in, a lot of nuance that went into them actually taking over these different planets and installing this new kind of government, and then cycling out all these clone troopers and getting Imperials in there. That was a process, and that's what you're getting to see, which is really interesting to me. If somebody who's into the Star Wars universe, not just one character, I'm into the universe, how the universe is put together. So that's all like, oh shit, that's more fun. What's good? A bizzle to the media izzle.
Bad Batch. When Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover with Star Wars, that's the way I looked at it. I love the show. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like Ninja Turtles. All right, cool. I can get with this.
Yeah. And Kareem, am I going to sell any products on YouTube, or do I have a website? I do not have a website. I do not have a website yet. I haven't looked into that. But will I possibly sell hats and shirts? If anybody wanted them, yeah, I'd sell you one. I actually ship it to you. But nobody's asked, so far it's just for me. And I like wearing my own shit as opposed to other people's shit. Outside of the Masculine Mercenaries, I'll wear their shit. I'll wear Angry Man shit because they usually have some cool designs. And Soul Shader because I like Soul Shader. So fuck it. He put some of his more designs on a shirt, I'd wear that shit. But shit, you got a product that's actually legit and you like, I'll probably wear that shit. It ain't gonna cost me nothing. And I'm doing it for free right now. I'm not a huge fucking YouTuber where you got to pay me for that shit. But it ain't costing me shit. I like t-shirts. I like t-shirts and I like sweatshirts. So if you're worried about that shit, just go extra large or 2X and you good. You good, buddy. I'm still waiting on my shirt from what is it? The brother I had up here promoting his comic book. I'm waiting for my shirt from him for his book, that Legacy of what is it? Not Legacy of Kane. Forgetting the title right now, which is making me look stupid. But I'm waiting on my shirt from his Kickstarter right now, so I can wear that shit. What's up, a Bizzle to the media izzle?
Hey, what's going on, Artisan?
You know,
going on,
the
AB?
usual.
Man, I watched Suicide last night. Oh my gosh, I love that
Okay,
movie.
we can. Okay, for everybody else in the chat,
I'm not
weapons
gonna
are
spoil anything.
No, let me finish my sentence. Don't cut me off.
Okay.
So, oh shit. See, now we got some other people coming in. Now I got to find out if they've seen it or not. What's going on, fellas? All right. If you need help, just let me know. Second announcement is if you hear me talking, I'm live streaming. I'm not talking to myself. And third question. I'm not crazy like that today. Third question. Have you guys seen Suicide Squad already?
Yes.
You have. You haven't seen it? You worried about a spoiler? Because we're about to talk about it.
Oh, I hear it. I just spoiled it.
Oh, you just wanted good. Okay, so you already got egg on your face. You're good. Brother in the back, did you see Suicide Squad already? Okay, so we good. So weapons free. Y'all can spoil away. Everybody in here has seen it or had it spoiled already for them, so it's not our fault. All right, so
Spoilers.
shooting galleries open. Yeah, so
Oh man, that was a good movie. I loved it.
really, man, do tell. That's it. That's all you got, AB. What the fuck?
No. I wasn't
Elaborate.
expecting to like the black dude at first, but he grew on me during the movie.
You
That was
weren't
funny.
expecting to like Idris Elba? What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, his character,
I
not
like Idris
him.
Elba, and I've never seen The Wire. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, when Amanda Weir got slapped, that was hilarious.
What? Oh man, that wasn't even hilarious. BGS is in here, so BGS was part of the watch party that I did. Right?
Okay.
It got flagged by YouTube, so they took it down. But I still have it on my StreamYard server. I'm probably going to put it on Patreon, so I don't get another fucking flag. So I don't get another flag, but it'll be up on my Patreon so you can watch it there and watch the movie and comment on it. But I told him there, that woman hit Amanda Waller with that golf club. I said, she about to kill that whole crew. You know that, right? That was that scene where she let them go. Oh, we lost Double C.
Mm-hmm.
But she let them go, and then she looking back into that office. She about to kill all them people. You know that, right? She ain't letting that shit slide. That's not a freebie. No, come on, man. She killed her whole crew in the last movie. As soon as they got there to rescue her, what did she do? Walk through there, pop, 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 pop. Dude, they about to die, all of them. I hope they bet on that shit. They about to die. But she was kind of going off the rails for a minute. Like that's not a traditional for Amanda Waller to lose control like that, but made sense in the movie. She was kind of pissed.
Yeah, all the
What
gore
you
in
say,
that
no
movie.
one damn you Art and AB? Look, hold on a second. In the chat, if you have not seen Suicide Squad yet, put a 1 in the chat if you have not seen Suicide Squad yet. Please put a 1 in the chat right now. This is YouTube. It works on fucking engagement. Fucking engage, okay? Like Captain Picard, put a 1 in the chat if you have not seen the Suicide Squad yet. So I don't have to spoil it for you completely. Kareem, you haven't seen it yet. Well, that's your fucking fault. One Eye One. Appreciate y'all for actually. So 2 people. Is it going to ruin it for you with us talking about it? Because I'm running a stream, so I'm still going to do a stream regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you hear it and get it spoiled for you is something completely different. Now, do you mind the spoiler, or are you going, vacate? It's up to you.
Now, I do have some criticisms about the film. That scene where Harley Quinn's just mowing down everybody. That was some semi-Mary. That was some semi-Mary Sue bullshit. But
semi-Mary Sue.
It's not. I have to be fair to Harley now. It's not totally Mary Sue, but that was some semi-Mary Sue bullshit.
I heard that some people were saying that they were happy that the movie didn't center Harley Quinn, and I'm
It
like,
didn't.
yeah, it didn't. But in some ways it did, because you got a whole scene where her falling in love with this dude falling in love with her and having sex with this cat and all this shit. And it's like, that was a couple minutes out the movie I didn't actually need, but I knew that dude was gonna die. I knew he was gonna fucking die. There's
Yeah, because
no
I was
way.
I'm like, okay, something's wrong here. He's dealing with Harley. Something's not right here. Then she saw him like, oh, that's what's missing. That's what's missing.
All right, Kareem. Yeah, vacate and come back later. You can watch this on the replay. It's fine. I just don't want to spoil the movie for anybody. You guys know how I am. That's just one of my things. I don't like spoiling your experience on a new movie. If it's some shit that you've seen before, we can talk about it. It won't matter. If it's a movie you don't care about, we could talk about it and it won't matter to you. But I like people to have their own experiences, so when they come back and have something to say about it, it's their experience and not what they heard everybody else saying, and they just repeat it.
Now that scene with Amanda Wheeler got hit with that golf club, I thought that was very interesting. I was like, just the imagery of that. Think about it: a black woman trying to keep a black man from doing the right thing, and a woman from another race goes and slaps her upside her head. Were they trying to send a message?
Well, now you need to get in the back chat, AB, and make sure I got your email address for the next time I do a watch party, because that was part of the idea with the watch party or the movie night was to actually get these conversations out ahead of time in real time, because these are the things you catch on. Because me and BGS was talking about it. It's like, this is an interesting vibe they're giving here.
Yeah,
it was some of that in there that was like,
yeah. My black Mansfield brain just turned on when I saw that. I was like, wait a minute.
The black man sense was tingling, huh? Like, wait a minute.
Yep.
She gonna kill him because he is trying to do the right thing? Wait, she gonna use his child against him, and because he don't want to be bothered with her? I was like, that was hitting a little close to home. Can't say I don't know how that works. Like, oh shit, yeah, that was kind of messed up. But you know how Amanda Waller is. Amanda Waller is not worried about the right
to play with
situation. She's worried about what's best for the country that she's working for. She don't give a shit about their right and wrong. That's why she's there. But I heard somebody else say that it was more of a juxtaposition to show you who the real villain is. Is it the people on the Suicide Squad out there doing what they're doing, or is it the people that run the Suicide Squad who don't care, who will kill them as well at a moment's notice, as soon as they're not following their directions? It's always about leverage. Like martial art, man. It's all about leverage.
Yep. Blue is brutal. I don't know where I'm getting to. Where's the feedback coming from?
There's no feedback. Okay. I don't have any feedback, and I don't think I hear any. But if you do, let me know. All right. Let me see. I'm going to send you an email right now, AB, just to make sure I got you locked in. Looks like I do. Stop it.
But yeah, I enjoyed it.
All right. I got you in the contacts.
Yeah, and I'm only talking about the scene when she's going through with two M7s and stuff. I'm not talking about when she killed people in different scenes. It's that specific scene where she just killed the whole building.
Well, my thing of that was one, I don't see her holding two M16s.
Right.
Firing them off. That was my issue with that. Outside of what I was seeing, it wasn't a bad fight scene for Harley Quinn, because they basically did the same way they did the Birds of Prey fight scenes for Harley Quinn. You see her using things in the environment to get the upper hand on people and not her overpowering people, which is how I think fight scenes in movies, if you got some little small, wiry arm chick out there fighting guys, she needs to be doing. You can't have her just out there overpowering people. It's not going to be believable, and that's what people really chafe against a lot of the time. But if you can show her actually manipulating the environment or using some leverage or something like that to get the upper hand on these guys, then that's a little bit more believable than just
right.
there was only one part in her fight where she just flung some dude over her shoulder. I'm like, okay, that's not fucking happening. Okay, she ain't strong enough for that. She would have broke her, separated her shoulder and some other stuff. Okay, let's just forget that fanciful element for the moment. But being the only other female character in it that had some fighting skill, Ratcatcher didn't have no fighting skill. So who else you gonna have in this movie to show a chick being a badass at something? Harley Quinn. So that's why you got
competition between John Cena and Idris Elba was hilarious.
That was funny. That was hilarious. That's what I wasn't expecting in this, was how funny it was. And I'm like, this is James Gunn just getting to have fun. That's what it felt like. The whole feel of the movie was just more fun than the first one. Not that I totally shitted on the first movie. I don't mind David Ayer in different things, but it did have a tone in it that was like, okay, whatever, I'm watching it. But this one was a lot more fun. It didn't take itself as seriously as David Ayer took the Suicide Squad in his movie. This one, they poke fun at themselves more than anything, and that made it more fun because it's more comedy in it, to where I'm laughing at the shit. Even King Shark got there eating motherfuckers, but it's hilarious. You laughing about it,
Right.
like, but it's a shark on land. What else you gonna have him doing? You just gonna be stupid? No, let him eat some motherfuckers. That'll be funny. Yeah,
it was funny.
Masters,
it was funny. Was in that little aquarium too. He was
Masters. What the hell are you talking about? You know, I don't even know who you know is. Please take your shoes off and show your sock feet, please, Masters. I don't know who this is, but there you go. This is what you can get for that shit. Because I don't know who you are, and that's some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Now I can't get that off of there because I just timed him out for 5 minutes. Fuck. Now this comment got to stay up there for 5 minutes. No. Okay. Nope. Found a workaround. I found a loophole. I should be a lawyer. Thank you, BGS, for the share. Appreciate that, sir. You know, BGS, we got to do the geek speak every once in a while when I feel like talking about some shit. And so many people reviewing this movie now. It's like, oh, I'm entertained. These people should have been on a list to be on the watch party. So I guess I got to get at what's his name? Bay. I'm gonna have to hit Bay because I know Bay is a real geek.
Now, was that you think that Weasel character in the beginning was a shot at Rocket?
No.
Okay.
There was no shots taken at anything in Marvel from this because Rocket in the first movie and the Guardians movie is still, the actor on stage is still the same person that was the actor of Weasel. It's the same shit. I mean, if you watch this movie, you got Guardians of the Galaxy. You just got Guardians without Disney censor on it. Yep. That's what you got. You got the same thing. That's why when they went through that whole shit with James Gunn of trying to, fire him off the Guardians, and then DC said, we'll take him. They fucked up. And he went in and did the movie he wanted to do. That's why they gave him so much leeway, right? So it was fine, but I already knew what I was getting. I saw Guardians. I've seen some of his other stuff. I knew what I was getting, and I wasn't disappointed about it. I just wanted to see what it was going to be because he pulled out so many unknown as Mort characters. People was like, Javelin? Who the fuck is the Javelin? Polka Dot Man? He made people a believer in Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, really.
That's his greatest contribution to Geekdom right now. He made Polka Dot Man cool for a new generation. Who wasn't giving a damn a day before that? Hold on one second. Stand up comments. No, we do not. No one Pokemon card call. There better not have been anybody in the chat room doing that shit either. Didn't sound like Malika, so I'm just making sure.
Oh, man.
Probably wasn't Malika.
Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't Malika. I know what Malika's voice sounds like. I'm real good with voices. It wasn't Malika. And it wasn't D either. So, and yeah, BGS, I know he's doing one right now. I have to catch it later to see what he had to say about it. I need to connect with him to see if he wants to be on one of those watch parties. Look, BGS said he liked the Polka Dot Man. See?
I did too. That dude was fun.
He made polka dot
He
fun.
said, "Look," especially that scene. He said, "Look, it's your mom." I
Look,
was
it's your,
dying.
it's your mama. I like them fighting words. Hey, yes, y'all, hit the like button. You see the banner streamed across the bottom. I don't know if I had to tell you guys to do this shit. You tuned into somebody's live stream, not
And
a
like I said, the
replay.
movie didn't take himself serious because they actually put a actor of his mama,
Mhm.
as the big starfish, and I was like, damn, that's awesome.
Well, this is the thing. I pointed that out to. We got a kid coming in, so y'all moderate your language.
Okay.
But I pointed it out to BGS.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
No bleeps. How you guys doing?
Mhm.
If you need help, just let me know. And if you hear me talking, I'm live streaming, so it doesn't affect you. Yep. But I told BGS, I was like, look, you see the woman they used for that. That was a fat woman, abusive woman.
Mhm.
She basically sacrificed her children. Like I told BGS that James Gunn got a thing with that family bonding thing, with fathers and their parents and mothers and their parents. He got an issue with that because he keeps feeding that to each one of his dang movies. At least the last two. You can see it in Guardians 2. You can
Yes.
see it in. He got an issue with family right now that he's trying to work out. And movies, especially with directors, are always the directors themselves actually trying to work out something. It does become a little bit of therapy. But it's something, he got something going on with that you can see, because as I explained it to BGS, if you want to understand this, look at the first 3 Star Wars movies and understand that that's George Lucas trying to understand his father. That's why Darth Vader was the big villain, right?
Mhm.
Go to the prequels when George Lucas has gotten older. Now you're getting Darth Vader's story. Now you understand who Darth Vader is, or who Anakin was that led him to become Darth Vader. Forget them last 3 because we're not counting those, okay? But you get the understanding that the director himself has grown up, and now he's stepping into the role that he was demonizing at first, which was of being the father. And now you get to see the father's journey of what the father's journey was, leading to that point where the son got to meet him and say, "Well, you're an asshole, Dad. I've been through some shit, okay?" So, but that's how you track artists. That's why I like watching artists for a long period of time, seeing how they progress and how they change. Bring it back to Masters of the Universe. Everybody want to shit on Kevin Smith right now. Kevin Smith is 50-something years old. He's almost died once, and he got a daughter. What do you think he's making?
Mhm.
He got no sons. He got a
Side
daughter.
note, Another Realm, if you're listening and you're still
Yeah,
with
BGS.
WB.
The last 3 was KK's penis envy.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo!
That was some
Another
headshots.
yeah.
Man, straight for the head.
Yes. You are not shit, sir.
Yes.
You're right. But
Just
you're
a
not
side
shit.
note. NetherRealm, if you ever see this live stream, Suicide Squad's in the next Mortal Kombat, please.
Suicide Squad for the
Squad
next
members in the next Mortal. They ain't got
That'd
no
be fun.
excuse now, especially after that movie. I was like, dang, all the gore in that movie.
Shot no BGS. BGS. That was not shots fired, sir. That was not a shot that you just threw. Because that was 3 movies you
Yeah,
just
that's the truth.
completely
That's just the truth.
just tied together. That's not, wait a minute, I'm showing you what that is. Because that's not no shots fired, homeboy. That's this right here. Okay. That's it. That's this right here. You clear cutting the jungle with that one. Just cutting down the grass so the snakes are show. That was not shots fired. You
How'd
can't
you
even
mow the
call
lawn?
Charles for that. Charles wouldn't even show up to that scene. There's too much gunfire getting laid down. We got to call in an airstrike. Yeah, the BFG came out. Exactly.
Big fucking gun.
Belt fed. I don't know why I didn't think you had it in you, because you just loved her boom on her. I got to remember that one. the Penis Envy sequel series.
That's the name. Was this the name of the stream now?
Man, I think that's going to be the name of the stream. What, the Penis Envy of KK?
Mm. That's a lot. Well,
Oh,
here's what it is.
There we go. There we go. Just changed it. That'll
Yeah.
work. That's
I
the
didn't watch the
tagline.
first Suicide Squad movie. I'll go back and watch that a little bit later.
Really? Well, it didn't directly tie together, so you're good with not watching the first one.
Well, it's supposed to be like a soft reboot.
I know.
Remake.
Shit. Yeah,
Of the
I heard
first
him say
movie.
that. It's. I wouldn't even call it a reboot. It's just a second team. That's all it is. Everything in the first movie obviously still happened. You got recurring characters from the first movie showing up, and they know each other. It's not like the first time they've seen each other. They know each other, remark to seeing each other again. It's not even a reboot. It's just a second team. That's how that Suicide Squad works. They always pull different people. And if you do it that way, you can do 10 of these movies and never have the same people showing up twice. You can, because it's always somebody else in Belle Reve, and they always need a Suicide Squad. So you can always throw somebody else on that team, and they just show up. Maybe they live, maybe they die. You don't know. So that's actually really genius in doing it that way and not, trying to put it out there as a remake or a reboot, because you can just keep filtering people onto the team. Like in this one, Boomerang died, which I wasn't expecting. Like, oh, they killed Jack Courtney? I like Boomerang. What the fuck? Okay, they get somebody else. They can have Mirror Master on there next time if they want to. Another Flash villain. Nobody would care. He could show up, he could die, he could live, it don't matter. You find a cool way to make him live, or let him do something cool in the movie, he'll live. Polka Dot Man almost lived. I'm of the state of mind, maybe Polka Dot survived. Maybe he did.
Yeah, I love King Shark. It's my understanding
in this film. BTS got jokes today. You must have got some sleep, old man.
Yeah, it's my understanding that was Sylvester Stallone. He actually did a good job.
Yeah, as a King Shark.
BGS
Yeah.
took his A game.
BGS is on his A game today, boy. It more strong in him today.
Well, you can't be Darth ain't shittiest and not.
Man,
Darth ain't shittiest.
Darth ain't shittiest. Yeah, he was King Shark was fun, and Sylvester Stallone doing his voice was fine. My first comment when I heard him doing it was like, "Oh, it's Rocky." Rocky showed up to the Suicide Squad. Rocky joined the Suicide Squad. Or Judge Dredd, I am the law.
I am the law.
Yeah, Shaka. See, Shaka like a movie fan like I am, right? But Shaka used to work at the theater I like, right?
Yeah, no offense to Sylvester
Hold
Stallone.
on a second, AB. Hold on, AB. Let me finish my sentence, homeboy.
Okay.
That helmet fight scene was cool. That was really cool how he shot that scene, and that might go beyond notice of some people. But cinematography is one of the things I look at when people are in scenes, not just the action and shit that's happening, but actual how they shot the scene and how it's set up. That helmet fight scene where he's just tracking on the helmet is center screen, and tracking the reflection of the helmet. That's interesting because I get where the camera is and what kind of rig or whatever they had to use to get that scene. That was really creative. I really liked that scene. That stood out to me, and I mentioned it right there when I saw it. Like, I really like that shot. That's a really cool shot. That you're getting this reflection of the fight and you're still seeing the fight clearly. That was pretty cool. It might get missed in all of the rest of the stuff, but that was actually a really cool scene. Go ahead, AB.
Now, nothing against Sylvester Stallone. That first Judge Dredd movie does not exist. Not after Dredd came out.
They all exist.
I know.
Hey, if Sylvester Stallone wouldn't have did it, you wouldn't even got that first Judge Dredd movie.
Fair enough.
You wouldn't have got the second one, so it has to exist. You don't have to like it, but it did exist because that was the first time you saw Judge Dredd brought to screen, and nobody really knew who the hell Judge Dredd was. So he got to take a license with it, like Wesley Snipes got to take a license with Blade. Blade didn't have all the powers in the comic book. It took the movie to give him all the rest of the Night Stalker's ability mixed up into one character and make it a cooler character. Blade looked like Mario Van Peebles before that movie. Go back and read the comics. I was reading shit. He didn't look like that. He wasn't empowered like that, and he was still running around with a katana sword and some stakes, with a leather jacket and curly hair. Wesley Snipes turned that whole character around by redesigning it. It made it more popular than it ever was.
And put MCU on the map.
It put Marvel movies on the map. It put a Marvel character on the map that wasn't one of the main ones they had been using for years, which was Spider-Man or Incredible Hulk or Captain America. It was a success, even though it wasn't Marvel. It was a licensing deal. It wasn't a Marvel movie. It was a Marvel character that brought Marvel into prominence when people were actually looking. And for comic book movies, it was that first big sale before you got to X-Men or Spawn with a black character. So Black Panther can thank Blade and Spawn because those were two black characters. Even though Spawn was burnt as hell, he's still blacker than anybody else would be after going through hell.
Yeah, pretty much.
And physically and literally. And Blade. X-Men just rode that wave off of those two movies. That's why the X-Men grew up. And people wanted to see the X-Men. And even going back and watching the X-Men now, you know how much they massacred the X-Men characters from the jump. Wolverine wasn't the way he was. He wasn't killing people like he should have been. It took you 20 years to get a movie where Wolverine was acting like Wolverine and doing Wolverine stuff with, you got this guy with knives coming out of his hand fighting people. And people are actually getting killed and losing limbs. That's how it's supposed to work. He's not the most dangerous mutant just because he's short and got an attitude. Nah,
Right.
He's the best at what he does, and what he does is not nice for a reason because it's messy. Get way back in the Midnight Sun versus Luke. Yeah, see, Spain, though. Man, Blade's heyday in the 90s was Siege of Darkness. Siege of Darkness, where Blade actually killed somebody. I think, who was it that he killed? It wasn't his teammate. It wasn't King. It wasn't Drake. He killed somebody else. And everybody in the supernatural community lost their damn mind. And that led to a whole bunch of other stuff. That's when you got Just Strange, which was Doctor Strange wearing a mask. You got the Werewolf by Night. You got the Darkhold showing up. You got Lilith and her whole crew showing up. Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze showing up. Dude, everybody was in that. Even, what's his name? Baldino, Vengeance. Even Vengeance was up, I think was mixed up in that. That was a cool arc. Really cool arc. And I think it was 12 to 14 parts of that Siege of Darkness with the Midnight Suns. That was a good story. And Blade sparked that shit off. So, yeah, read your comics, folks. What else y'all got? I'm sitting up here preaching.
Speaking of which, did you watch the Batman movie?
No, I have not watched that yet.
Okay.
I had work and some other stuff going on yesterday, so I didn't watch anything. I went to bed because I had not had enough sleep the last couple of days. So when I finally got in bed yesterday, I went out.
Okay.
I had some other stuff going on. Yeah, Blade got his quasi powers from Morbius. Yeah, in the comics, because they had to work that in because it was so popular. Because before that, Blade was just, he'd have the fangs, I think, sometimes, but he didn't have no superhuman strength and shit like that. He was just pissed. So he was just a regular dude out there just putting in work. Running with the Suns and hating Frank Drake. You're working with a vampire the whole time and he can't stand him. You're like, dude, you're going to get this steak one day. Keep talking. Keep talking. You can catch the steak. One day when you slipping, because I don't like you. Don't like your kind.
I don't like your kind around here.
These parts. He working with a vampire the whole time. That was their little dichotomy in that relationship. You got the vampire hunter, the vampire, and the descendant of Van Helsing, all on a team together, working together. So all of them connected to vampires and the supernatural, and they all going after these supernatural characters and killing them. Mm-hmm. Now Frank Drake was a monster because Frank Drake would turn to rats and do all this other stuff. He was a legit vampire. He wasn't a weak one. So he'd be out there helping them go after all the rest of these supernatural people. Read your Midnight Suns, folks. When they got mixed up with running into Ghost Rider and stuff like that, and then they start forming that whole Midnight Suns crew, that was a solid team, dude. legions of demons in hell and the supernatural was throwing other people at them. They was just one part of it. That's when you get back to that other. See if I can find a picture of, because Doctor Strange in the comics had disappeared for a while, and this other person had came back, and they weren't calling themselves Doctor Strange; they were just calling themselves Strange and wore a mask. And that person was helping the Midnight Suns. But it was still a question on who it was. If it was Doctor Strange, if it was Clea, it was somebody else that he knew. They weren't sure, but you didn't see his face. Dang it. Oh, let's try this one. This one should work. Oh, perfect cover too. All right. Perfecto, I found it. Open a new image. Open this. And let's see if we can share a stream. There's no video, so it should be all right. Oh, it's not giving me the right window. This is going to be goofy how it doesn't on this system. All right. Did y'all see that? I don't think you could. You guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is that everybody in suspense? I'm like, where'd they go? Hold on a second. I got to put it in a different window because it's not sharing this actual window that I have open because I'm at work in incognito mode. And when you're incognito, it doesn't like to show up with the windows. There we go. All right. So now, wow, that's out of there. Apologize for the delay, you guys. It's just when I use the work system using Firefox and not Chrome, so StreamYard works a little differently using it over here. All right, so this is the Midnight Sun team from the 90s. So from left to right, you got obviously Ghost Rider. In the middle, you got Strange. On the right, you got Johnny Blaze with the shotgun, the Hellfire shotgun, which I like.
Yes, he blazed.
Pistol grip pump. You got Blade up there with the two swords, and that's Frank Drake flying above the vampire. That was the squad. Only person missing from this at this time is Hannibal King. He's missing from this, and I don't think he wasn't killed. I think he was looking after his damn family because Lilith and her squad, they went after everybody's fucking families, if I remember correctly. Lilith was not playing. She was not for them games. She was coming, and she was coming with the vengeance. Let's see if I can get that. This is one of the few times you guys will see me actually using. This is how I use Google. I don't use it for my information sources, but pictures, I'll look up pictures all day on Google. And Wikipedia. Okay, and that's the full picture of the Suns. Lose page. There we go. Doing a lot of window work today, boy. Yeah, so that's the full picture of the Suns right there. And Lilith is actually in that picture as well. Come on, keep up. It's funny when the computer can't keep up with me. It's like, I'm faster than the computer?
No.
So that's the full picture. So you got Morbius, the living vampire in there, Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, Blade down at the bottom. As you can see, he kind of look like Mario Van Peebles. He got that cut. It was after New Jack City, man. Come on. The leather jacket. There's Hannibal King right there with the big ass gun, because that's what his gun was called, the crucifix. So that's what he used to like do an exorcism on fucking spirits and stuff like that. Frank Drake standing behind him with the white face. I don't think this was Dr. Voodoo back there. I don't think that was our brother Voodoo. I don't think that was him back there. But right in the middle, you got Lilith and her crew in the back. But I was loving that in the 90s, dude. That was my shit in the 90s. All those Midnight Suns books, that was my shit. I was reading those. Only one I didn't read as much as I wanted to was the freaking Darkhold. I read Darkhold here and there because it wasn't always that interesting to me. But all the rest of it, oh yeah, on it. Got me reminiscing. Excuse me. Read a book. Oh shit! This is a good picture too.
See, I never read Blade too much as a kid. I read Night Watch, but which was basically Marvel's version of Spawn.
Mm-hmm.
But not Blade too much.
Yeah, because Blade in the 90s, he didn't even have his own book.
No.
You had to read the Night Stalkers.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't read the Night Stalkers, you weren't seeing anything about Blade or any of that. And because the Night Stalkers was just two other characters you probably couldn't have gave less of a damn about, people weren't reading them a lot, right? Like, that's the Squad. That's a squad up right there. That's the Squad. Like, at this point, you got two vampires in the group. And I think that's what it was. I think Blade actually had killed Frank Drake. He actually killed Frank Drake. And that's why everybody else kind of turned on him.
Oh, wow.
But even in this picture, you got the Caretaker back there, which if you know Ghost Rider history, that's one of the original Ghost Riders. 1 second, I got a customer. How you folks doing today?
What's it like?
Good. See if my computer will keep up with me at this point. Somebody likes some Star Wars. Are you watching Bad Batch, little guy?
What's about that?
Good. Did you watch the latest episode?
No, we're not caught up yet.
Oh, take on it.
Yeah, they're short episode. I catch up. Yeah, my friend on here is saying that because he's keeping up with Bad Batch like me. It's like Thursday at midnight. I'll watch Bad Batch.
What's the platinum code?
Yeah, it's midnight. I'm still up. Let's watch it. See what's going on. Let's see what happens with my Clone Force. What have y'all gotten into today? No, that's a fun show.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Wrecker actually grew on me too because I was thinking he was going to be annoying for the first couple episodes. I can't deal with the big dumb guy again. I'm like, come on, man, that's like an old trope.
Yeah.
Would you like a bag?
We don't need that.
Okay. It's cool. It's a personal choice.
What's your thoughts on Omega?
I wasn't sure if Omega was a girl or a guy at first. They keeping her pretty androgynous, but they keep calling her a girl. So I'm like, okay, it's a girl. Whatever. Omega is fun. I'm trying to see what else is going on with Omega. It's something more to her than they've said.
Yeah.
But she's fine. Print and push the green button. So I don't have an issue with her. I mean, she's doing a lot of predictable stuff, but it's predictable for how you think the show should run, introducing a wholly brand new character. There you go.
Thank you.
All right, you guys have a good one.
You too. Take care.
So I'm fine with her. She's there. She's giving Wrecker something to do. And Wrecker is interesting because he keeps having to go back to the ship, but in a guy's sense, Wrecker would be the dude I'm always taking with me. Why wouldn't I? The biggest dude, he in there for the phone. You know, he with the shit. I always take record. Record would always be there with me, especially if I got to keep possibly running up on Crosshair. My homie who used to run with me and now trying to hunt us. No, I'm always taking record. Look, let Echo or one of the motherfuckers stay back there with the kid.
You see what happens when you follow orders.
Yeah, that motherfucker. I can't blame Crosshair so much because it's the programming and they cranked it up to 10 on him. So I can't blame him too much. But look, you might not kill him, but you definitely got to put him down and hurt him a bit. We can cripple him.
Much, I think he's telling the truth.
You think who is telling the truth?
Crosshair.
What do you mean he's telling the truth? Telling the truth about what?
Oh, we can spoil now the last episode.
I haven't watched the last episode yet.
Oh.
I haven't watched this week's episode, the most recent episode. I haven't watched this week's episode yet.
Watch it. You'll see what I'm talking about. I think he was telling the truth.
Okay, I'll see. Because I know he owns some shit. He with the shits. That's for damn sure. He with the shit. But
it gets very interesting and I always wondered what happened to a certain area, after episode 3.
Huh.
I'll just say that much.
Probably got ran over. Oh, this is it. Is it? Who was this thing killed? It's this picture of Blade, and I think this is the person that he killed that was kind of sparking off the Siege of Darkness. Hey, sister.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you. You have a good one.
You too now. Bye-bye.
My cute mail lady. A cute mail lady. See, I'm nice to black women. I love black people. Oh, let me see. Okay, I'm sorry. I got another share. No, the other one. Jesus Christ. Okay, this is one picture, but it's not the one I was looking for. That's the whole Night Stalkers team. Blade, Hannibal King, and Frank Drake up at the top, which is the vampire, Van Helsing's descendant, and Blade. And if you look at the picture, it's kind of pixelated. Blade don't have no fangs. He got shit. And he got that curly hair like Mario Van Peebles. You don't look like Wesley Snipes. Now this one, this Blade actually taking somebody out. And that's how he looked back in the 90s. That was his look. And you see, he still got the wooden stake, so people would know, look, this is Blade. He's a vampire hunter. Gotta have the stakes. And out of the stakes, nobody knows. All right. All right, that's enough of that stuff, so I don't get another flag. What were you saying, AB?
I done forgot now.
God damn it. But you got the ADD too?
Yeah, a little.
It happens. Okay, I'll be dope. Just
probably gonna watch Suicide Squad again because I did enjoy that movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out again tonight. The more I keep thinking about it, the more I want to go watch it again. I want to see it in the theater because I watched it at home.
I was
Thursday night. See it in the theater.
Really feeling the Starfish too, because I was just saying
Starro.
Yeah, Starro. It was goofy and it just made made sense.
Well,
and he did exact sort of.
Well, that's the thing. The thing with Starro, that's an original JLA villain, right?
Yeah,
from the jump. But Starro's story in this was actually kind of interesting because Starro was just pissed. He said what had been happening to him. He'd been experimented on for 30 goddamn years. He had a right to be upset. Truthfully, he had a right to be upset. Yeah, he had a right to be upset. So What the hell? Like, he got killed, but like, can you blame him? This motherfucker been torturing him for 30 years.
Yeah.
And what did he say when he was dying? Like, he was happy floating out in space. Should have left him be. Going fucking with stuff you ain't got no business messing with. And using them. I got a couple of questions here. Hold on a second. D said, you ever have that glow in the dark Ghost Rider Flaming Skull cover? Yes, D, I do have that cover. And that's my shit. Love that cover. Because there was another one with the glow in the dark part was Ghost Rider, and then the negative part of the picture was Vengeance. If you know anything about Ghost Rider and Vengeance, look that up, because if they ever do a decent Ghost Rider movie and they do it right, Vengeance should show up. You should get Vengeance showing up in there. That'd be badass. Let's see. Brother Voodoo was my favorite. Brother Voodoo is my favorite on Future Fight. Love Brother Voodoo on Future Fight. I don't know that much about the character, but yeah, that's legit. No, we do not buy magic cards. We sell magic cards. We buy something that we sell it. I bring in shoes with the voice. Suicide Squad was great. Yeah, okay, that's it. All right, let me ring this gentleman up since he's been in here diligently shopping, which I appreciate. And we will start getting new books again. All right, I said we will start getting new books again, hopefully this month. So what was your other part in there outside of the competition killing, the killing competition?
That was a nice touch at the end with his daughter, with Bloodshot's daughter.
Oh, with her actually, oh, that's my dad. Now she proud of him.
Yeah. Despite the over the top scene at the beginning, that was over the top. Cause they're like, F you, F you. I was like, damn. I'm like, wait, is this father and daughter really?
Yeah. Look, some families is like that. I've seen families like that. But I wasn't expecting it in this movie because that was a bit of a
well, it's like you said, the director, that's some of the director coming out.
Well, no, that's not what I was going to say. The thing I was going to say, it was a bit far to see from a black man and his child in a movie. That was a bit much to see, even though as black people, we know that can be how the relationship is sometimes, especially if you're not in the house raising your kids. Eventually, when they get around the age and start smelling their piss and they had enough of somebody telling them you was an asshole forever, they will start acting with you like that. And that'll be the conversation. Now, thankfully, I didn't have that shit happen to me because I kind of stamped that shit out early. But that could be the conversation, just like that. The only difference was the dude is telling her in the scene, he's telling her of what he said to her earlier, that he wasn't shit. He told his child that. I mean, shit, get the hell away from me. Don't mess with anybody like me. But he's blaming it on his father and not, decisions he actually made. Which is, to me, is kind of a cop-out. Like, well, you are the way you are. You got to own it at some point. Kids in the building, watch your profanity. But it is what it is. So I thought
you ever think they'll show a scene where they said what he said he did to Superman?
They told it. They said what he did to Superman. He shot him with a kryptonite bullet. It's pretty self-explanatory.
And that's actually in the comics, from what I understand.
And as far as I know, he was paid to do it. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
He went to jail for it, but he succeeded because he put Superman in the hospital. Probably Lex Luthor paid him to do it.
Most likely.
If you want to be real about it, Lex is probably the one who paid him. I want to see if this will work.
Especially the Lex in the movies, if they still keep him. Yeah,
that would be awesome. If that was a Jesse Eisenberg Luthor, yeah, that'd be more fun for me because everybody else could not like that actor and his portrayal of Lex Luthor, but I want to see.
I love his portrayal of Lex Luthor. Actually,
I want to see that version of Lex Luthor come back. I do, because I want to see what else he can do with the character, especially when you put in the outtake scenes, or not the outtake scenes, but the end credit scenes where he's out there and he's out of prison and hiring Deathstroke and stuff. I want to see that one because given how that Lex Luthor has represented in film, he's going to come back at you in some sideways way to let you know that it was him. So Um, blood sport shooting Superman, I can see that as being something that Lex Luthor paid him to do, just to see if it'll work. So it's like, okay, it works. Now we'll just get a bigger bullet. Next time it'll be a cannon or something. That's like a Lex move. You hire one of the best marksmen in your universe to take a shot at him, see if it'll work. Apparently it worked. Next time, it might not just be in the ICU.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I didn't have a problem with what they did with Doomsday and Batman v Superman, because that's something Lex Luthor would do.
Mm-hmm.
If he gave him the tech, he would do that.
Yep. They go after him, and that's why I like seeing that version of Lex. Because that version of Lex is an angry little kid with a lot of money. He's smart enough to know he can't get at you physically, so he's gonna find another way to get you. And he's gonna sit and ponder and wait for an opportunity to screw you over. And it'll be just like that peach tea sitting on the senator's desk to let you know, yeah, it was me. And I remember that shit. I remember what you did. And you're gonna die for that today. That part
I still think WB's throwing money away, not going with the Snyder cut, especially after he released the Snyder cut. Why would you not go with that?
Because Warner Brothers film is fucking stupid. 34/27. That's why. You know, if it's up to HBO Max money, it's coming out. You'll get another Snyder cut movie. If it's left to Warner Brothers Films, they don't want to do that. They have their own view of what they want to do. Now, truthfully, the Suicide Squad is part of that Warner Media or Warner Brothers Films play. But the first Justice League, thank you, and that Birds of Prey was also they play too. And that first Suicide Squad, these were all they plays too. So how the film division works stuff is a little differently than how HBO Max works. Because you have the telecom company owning both of them, but they let the Warner Films part that's responsible for the movies and stuff do they deal. If they can turn a profit, they ain't really fucking with them too much. But the HBO Max is their realm because your telecommunications is going over, your streaming service is going over all your telecommunication stuff, so they can do that. They got that wherewithal to do it there. They ain't worried about it. No, Kareem, we're still talking about Suicide Squad and things like that. Oh, I'm now tired of listening. Okay, we can talk about that Dre's daughter story because I did want to say something on this.
Gosh.
I was listening to AM talking about this shit, and I listened to I think it was Bishop talked about it too. Shout out to Bishop. About it. I haven't listened to Kendra's yet, but here's my short version of all of this shit with Dre's daughter. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Short version. She's 38 years old with 4 kids, and the kids ain't even with her. I think Ice Cube said it best. Get it out your ass. What is this a conversation we having? It's a 38-year-old woman bitching about somebody not giving her some money and cutting her off, and it's not the dude.
And he only cut her off last year.
Yeah, and it's not the dude that she had these kids with. It's her daddy. You're 38. I'm sorry. Does that mean I should call up my father and be like, Pops, you ain't gave me no money in like forever? What the hell? You got it, man. If you don't get your entitled ass off of these airwaves, that's not even a conversation.
It's actually worse than that. She's asking for money after she gave Dre's ex-wife props for getting money from him. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, okay, you're not too smart, are you?
She looking for a payout because she figured that chick got a payout. And Angry Man said something very poignant, or was it the Bishop that said it? I can't remember who said it first, but this chick and her mama was probably talking shit about Dre's wife, who just got paid. But now they want to be on board with her. Oh, she just got paid. She shouldn't have got paid. To me, the only reason she getting paid is because Dre had an aneurysm. That was probably brought on by all this stress about this damn divorce. He
Man.
ain't been having no aneurysms, and he lost kids and everything else. Fuck you.
Artisan, maybe you can answer this question. I'm sorry, I just got back from getting a package. In California, if you're married for 10 or more years, the spouses automatically get an alimony or something like that, or entitled to it.
They're entitled in a no-fault divorce. They can get alimony, no matter how long you was married, because even if you was just living together for 7 years, it's common law married, so they gonna get some alimony. You'll have to pay a bitch to get out of your house.
Oh, okay.
So that's California. How California got the game sold up for these chicks is that they can get money regardless of doing anything.
Okay,
It's
sounds
worse
like
if you got a baby by them.
all right. It sounds like Massachusetts in a way, because Massachusetts,
I believe it.
is a woman's state. Let me see what.
Look, I'm on my orange juice John. You get out with what you came with. If you ain't came with shit, you don't get to level up on that. But everybody trying to kick Jeff Bezos in my ears like, oh, what about him? He got all that money and that chick divorced and she ain't split none of it with y'all, so shut up. Well, she gave some away to charity. I don't care. She got to. That's tax purposes. You should be
when I
giving
found out she was my age, I just had to face palm. I was like, daggone it. Why?
Who? Dre's daughter?
Yeah. I'm 38.
Okay.
And I'm like, why? Why they had to be my generation? Now to my generation's credit, all the brothers I went to high school with say, she just shut up.
I'm gonna tell you why. All
the fuck up.
Because we're older millennials and we're the selfish generation.
Yeah, you're the elder millennials. And millennials are the I generation.
Yeah, that's true.
The iPhones, the iPads, you are the I generation. It's all about you. Where the Xers were like nobody gave a fuck about what we was doing and didn't care. So we had to define ourselves. Your generation is defined by I. Everybody helicopter parented around your asses forever. So you think everything revolves around you. So everything should just be given to you. You're the entitled generation. Like, well, why aren't they giving it to me? They keep me from getting something. No.
But I think like an Xer though.
What's that? No. Xers, we had Discman, we had Walkman. We that generation. That I shit came when we was older. Y'all grew up with it the whole time. It was always there for you. These damn Z's is the ones with the little Apple Watches and shit like that. The Fitbits and you fat as fuck. Now you got a Fitbit on and you 400 pounds. You obviously not using it.
Yeah, that's...
What is it telling you your cholesterol? What the fuck are you using it for?
Just say they got it.
Yep.
Why we buy anything? We buy stuff to impress other people. Just to say we got it.
I'm trying to impress other people with shit I buy.
I never saw a point of me.
Unless it's a gun and I'm at the range.
Well,
that's an investment.
That's different. Yes, sir. That's an investment.
Then I'm gonna impress you.
That's like me buying a Cadillac. I don't see me purpose of buying a Cadillac when I can buy a Honda Sonata that does the same damn thing.
I don't see the price. I don't see the point in buying a Cadillac, but I ain't working with Cadillac money either. So what difference does it make? Like I'm not paying this note for everybody else. I'm paying this note for me.
Yeah,
right. They ain't helping me pay it. So what difference does it make what I got?
Easy. I mean, the more you flashing, you just set yourself to get robbed.
Yeah, I'm not trying to live afraid either, but I know this was the point that Angry Man was saying in his post about black wealthy people don't stay in the same neighborhoods they are. Ice-T went into this in his book back in the 90s, the Ice-T opinion, about you would be a fool to make a bunch of money and still stay in the same hood that you grew up in. You will get robbed. You will get killed. Your family will get kidnapped. And you will get extorted. You have to move away. No matter how much you love the hood, you make a shitload of money like that, you got to get out the hood to save your own damn life and the lives of your family. It's just the way it is. Rich white folks don't live around a bunch of broke white people. They don't. They move. That's what you're supposed to do. It should elevate your condition. Like Robin Harris said, it's like, oh, you make a bunch of money, you gonna change? Goddamn right I'm gonna change. First thing I'm gonna change is my phone number and my address.
Exactly.
That's what's supposed to happen. I don't know why everybody has this locked in amber mind state that you're never supposed to move from anywhere, and that's how you show your solidarity with them. No, the best thing you can do if you actually achieve some kind of fame or wealth like that, it's move from where you are, get yourself straight and safe. How you doing? And then do things to help the place where you came from. That's how you do it. You don't have to be there to help. What do you think fucking charity is?
Yeah,
The
another
government
thing.
don't live in your neighborhood, but they still send money to it. Stupid.
Another thing to point out about that lazy heifer. She she says she's broke, and what did she say she's doing Uber or something?
She's
Yeah.
doing Uber and DoorDash.
Uber and DoorDash. I have a simple question. You're broke and struggling. Why would you move to California?
Did she move to California? Because I didn't read the whole story. And salute Aquatech.
Apparently, she was living in Nevada. She moved to California.
So you moved out of property tax, kind of low taxes, to move into high taxes. You know how many people are moving out of California right now?
A lot of them.
It's dumb as
A
fuck.
lot.
I'm in California and telling you that. You know how many people moving out of here? Only people
Exactly
moving
my
into
point.
California.
Well,
Only people moving into California are people who have tech jobs. Those are the transplants that we see coming here, because they can pay these high ass prices for this stuff. That's part of what's driving it up. That's what's fueling all the gentrification all over the place, because that's what they're building it for. They're building it for these tech professionals coming here. But some of them companies is getting out of here and going to Texas and stuff.
California, Connecticut, and New York are the three most expensive places to live. And I live right near Connecticut.
Yeah.
So
I'm in Cali, the Bay Area. I'm standing in El Cerrito, which is, if I walked out this door right now, it would take me about 10 minutes to walk to the bay and spit in it.
Yeah, I think Kendra mentioned she was moving to she's living in Nevada. She's living in California now, trying to do Uber and DoorDash. And I'm like, really? Why would you move to California? You're not too smart, are you?
Yeah, King. And Hawaii expensive too. Don't get it fooled. It's beautiful there.
Oh, I bet.
But I had that conversation. I had that conversation yesterday with some of my new coworkers about moving, somebody retiring to Hawaii. And it was like, yeah, it's beautiful, but you have to understand you pay the importation tax in a sense, because everything actually has to be flown or shipped into Hawaii. You're on an island. None of that stuff is necessarily produced there. So you pay a premium. So going to Hawaii is like being in the Bay Area. It's just as expensive.
Yep, Florida's expensive too.
Don't get it twisted.
Well, if she was smart, she would have moved to Massachusetts, because she could have done Uber and DoorDash and been fine.
She was smart. She would have moved somewhere else. She came back to California because that's where daddy and the money was.
Of course.
Because she ain't got her kids with her.
But here's the thing that no one's asking really about, except for the men. Where's the baby daddies at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was my next question. How come your baby daddies can't help you?
Well, look, let's just assume there's two dudes. Let's just assume there's two guys. She got 4 kids. Let's just assume, doing the law averages with black folks, there's at least 2 dudes. Just say it's 2 dudes. Where are those 2 dudes? And why are we not talking about them?
You know why? Because they don't matter.
Because I'm just like running down brothers, but I'm like, if you can't support your 4 kids, the first places you're supposed to be talking to. It ain't your daddy's responsibility. You 38. It stopped being his responsibility after 21.
And
even if you want to go Obama direction and say 24 or 26, you've been done.
Well, and she was supported up to last year. Yeah. She was 37.
Facts, King, because she's a modern woman. Yeah. I'm independent as long as your child support checks keep coming.
Oh, wow.
That's a fact.
I'm independent until I get Section 8.
Yeah.
Until Section 8 comes, starts coming.
Yeah. Well, that was a conversation me and my homeboy had. This was about 2000 or so. We're having this conversation about women and stuff, and he's talking about he can never believe a woman is independent if a child support check coming will have her child support check not coming, will have her not being able to keep her place. Mm-hmm. So if you ain't getting child support, you can't keep your place, then you are not independent. You are dependent on that man kicking money down to you every month. And if he's not, if you didn't have that baby, you would be fucking homeless. So you're not independent. You're dependent.
That's what happened to one of my female relatives. She divorced her husband, married another dude. She lived in this fancy apartment for at least 10 years. As soon as my cousin turned 18, she lost that apartment.
Yeah. I got a friend right now going through that. because she's been flaunting this independent shit for as long as I've known her. But her son just went off to, he decided for himself to go off to the military. He's grown in his mind, like 18. And they were trying to guilt him in a sense. What's this? They were trying to guilt him in a sense to stay here, that it was all about the family. Mind you, these Caucasians, these ain't black folks, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to guilt him into staying. And because he left, she was about to get all kind of deductions in her Section 8 and stuff like that. And she was wondering, well, what am I going to do or whatever? I'm like, God damn it, you about as old as I am. You ain't been paying full price for shit this whole time. It was going to have to end sooner or later. 83 cents. Anything smaller?
No, I don't have a 20.
For 83 cents? I'll give you $1. Just take it.
You guys get some food?
Yep.
I'll have to come back. What if? Yeah, I got some better for you.
It's a TV show.
I'll take 5 of them. 5 to 6.
Well, it's less than that because they are 75 cents right now. They're half off. So I'm giving you that one for free. You can just take that one. I'm not hurting for 83 cents.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one. You better enjoy it now.
I enjoy it. That's my new favorite pop.
All right. Have a good one. Yeah. So that,
like that.
yeah, that was then what that stuff was silly. Like, I can't do that with grown folks. Grown folks should know better. And if you're in a position to where your son moving out is going to make you lose your housing, then he was never really a son to you. He was a utility. He was the paying thing. His mama's little moneymaker. Look, get off your ass.
And I know a chick right now who just had a kid just so she can keep her benefits.
Yeah. Fun.
And she got 3 kids, 3 baby daddies.
I got family members like that, dude. I'm not talking about this shit in a vacuum. I have family members like that, and I don't fuck with them family members because I'm not for people gaining the system. The system is to be there to help people who are really in some dire situations, and you should be able to get on and get off of it at some point. It's not supposed to be the revolving door for your whole fucking generational line over and over again, and you keep doing this shit to hustle some more money. Well, that's the same shit I think my son's mother pulled. Well, her last child was 18, and all of a sudden she's pregnant again at 40-something years old. Like, out of your goddamn mind? Really? You trying to go back to the well again? Come on, man.
Shit. Oh, sorry, Arson, you made me choke there for a second. Give me a flashback.
Yeah. Son, husband.
It ain't me. They might.
A husband would have some benefits. A husband would at least get the big piece of chicken. No, that's the ConcuServe. You there to make me money.
You know what?
You mama's little money maker. You out there on the street to make me some money. You being here makes me money and gets me this house. So you can't have a life. You got to be here as long as I need you to be here and be of service to me forever. That's what they wanted this boy to do. Little white boy. It's a bunch of women in his family with a bunch of goddamn kids. They just want him there, so they there. He shouldn't go anywhere because he's supposed to stay with the family. No, that's called a trap. That's why there ain't no men around that motherfucker. You either beat them down or drive them away so you can have control of the kids and all the rest of the shit. Oh, hell no.
And if he gets his own and she's like, well, I want to move in with you, then she thinks she runs the place.
Yep. Well, I told her that. I told my friend that. I told her, I was like, look, this is the decision he made for himself, for his life. And it could be better for you in the long run where he can get himself established and actually help you out. No, but he needs to be here for the family. You don't need to be here for the family. The family, all these other people got boyfriends and husbands. They don't need to be here for family. You need them here for you. Just admit that shit and stop being silly about it. Let him go.
Tell you what my grandma used to tell me. You would die alone and you'll be in the casket alone.
Yeah. I have not seen any sidecar caskets.
Yeah. She told me that before she died. I never forget that lesson. I'm like,
no double wide caskets.
But now me being disabled, right? Because I'm going back to school October for cybersecurity.
Nice.
But even though I'm disabled, I can't even get the benefits.
Good.
It's like
No.
I'm not saying it to complain, but I'm like, wait a minute. But this person's less disabled than me, but yet they pay $25 a month for rent, and I got paid like over $1,000 for the same apartment. Okay.
Look, it ain't high on the hog, but you can live pretty decent in the military. And I'm more about people actually being of service to their country, not just getting in for the benefits. Because all those people who just get into the benefits, when we go to war, them the motherfuckers first trying to desert and shit. I'm like, no. See this signature you did? You supposed to actually use this training and stuff we gave you. You're a resource.
That's right.
We paid into you. You're supposed to be paying that back. This is how you pay it back. Get the fuck out there. So I'm not for that because I saw a lot of that during the 90s, which kind of pissed me off. It's like, look, you signed up for this stuff. You got all the benefits out of it. Now it's time for you to pay those benefits back. And your ass is like, no, I don't. I'm conscientiously objecting. Nigga, really? How selfish do you have to be? And you still want benefits. No, shut up.
Arson, are the kids around?
No, there's no kids. These are grown-ups.
All right, then I'll say this real quick then. When it comes to stuff like that, you don't play pussy unless you're prepared to get fucked.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? Disagree? No.
No. I was making sure those kids were around so I could say that, man.
No, my thing is, look, you signed up for this, you're going to have to fulfill your end of the contract. And that's your end of the contract. You're not getting all this military training and stuff like that just because it's fucking fun. I mean, it can be fun if you're into that kind of shit. That's not what it's for. It is to actually go to war. If war happens, it's not your job to like it. It's your job to fucking do it, asshole. That's what civilians are for. The civilians can sit back here and protest and have a shit fit about, we don't like this. It's bullshit. Your job is to go out there and execute the damn orders. Sorry, but that's what you fucking signed up for. Fulfill your end of the contract. That's what it is. It's not about your damn feelings.
No one helps you sleep at night? Our military. Because soon as you get rid of our military, everybody's going to swarm in on us.
Shit, we wouldn't have to. Here's my view on that shit. You get rid of our military, you ain't got to worry about everybody swarming in on us. We will eat ourselves.
Yep.
You saw how it went with just motherfuckers. This first COVID lockdown happened. You couldn't even buy fucking toilet paper and people was fighting each other. I'm like, come on, man. You see these people fighting on a plane because they won't wear a mask? Look, dude, we'll do it to ourselves. You ain't got to worry. Everybody else sit back there with popcorn and s'mores and watch America self-destruct.
And if we don't, it's like BGS said, America's owed a bunch of ass whoopings.
Look, you've been the biggest bully walking around with a big stick for a while. Everybody waiting for you to catch that hangman. Slip up. Ooh, my back hurt. Your back hurt?
Yep. Oh, your back hurt.
Fuck you up. So I'm not worried about that more so. I think we'll do it to ourselves more than anything else because just studying psychology and sociology and just looking at people and just looking at our country as a whole, we end up fucking up ourselves because we can't get along with ourselves.
Yep. So
I'm not always worried about the other. That's that psychological thing. Somebody's always on the outside preying upon us. No, your fucking insecurities and your shit that you do to other people is what's preying on you. That's your guilt. Your guilt is preying on you. And that's why you always think somebody give a fuck about what you're doing. Nobody usually cares. Everybody cares about themselves. They don't give a fuck about what you're doing. They just want to do what they're doing and not be bothered. You constantly worried about this other person, this outsider. That's you. That's your own psychology. That's your shadow. Your shadow don't like you. You don't do it to yourself.
Oh, man.
Your shadow is there to fuck you up. Your shadow does not like you. Even on an individual basis. Your shadow is the thing that fucks you up and tell you ain't good enough all the time. You ain't good enough. You ain't this smart. People don't really like you. Somebody gonna come fuck you over. Somebody gonna come take what you got. Most of the time, people don't give a shit about you. Deal with that part. That's the part that really worries you. That people actually don't care about you. And your shadow knows that. It ain't gonna play nice with you and coddle your fucking feelings. That's why you try to insulate that with everything else and constantly being out and around other people who kiss your ass. Because inside, nobody cares. And you ain't about shit. Might as well own it.
Yeah.
Might as well own it.
Yeah, I got a new camera.
Shit.
But that's that A word that most people don't like. Accountability.
Or in the words of Ronan, accountability dodgeball they like to play.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking accountability dodgeball.
Shout out to Ronan for that one.
No, people be doing the Matrix with that shit, boy. They do be like bullet timing that shit. Like, whoa.
You ever seen the mental gymnastics people play? It's like, wow.
Always.
What color is your bracelets, Wonder Woman?
Man, I always see the mental gymnastics. That should make me laugh.
Yeah.
I will in some ways put people into a situation just to see the mental gymnastics. Because partly it's entertaining to me, but I just want to see how they're going to, justify this shit to themselves. Because they always do. So, fuck it. If I know what's going to happen anyway, might as well enjoy the show.
I used to laugh when I used to do it to my sisters. Now I can't do it to my mother because my mother would actually say, "All right, I'm wrong. I take accountability," which she takes all the fun out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But my sisters and my father, all day.
All day.
It's all day. It's like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired.
Look, I did it yesterday. I was talking to this chick, and she's asking me about movies and shit like that, right? And she said the movie Nobody was good. And so I asked her, this is like just a one level deep question, right? One level of the iceberg deep. You said something was good. This is one level. I asked you what was good about it. You know what the motherfucker told me back? Well, I don't really know. I didn't fall asleep on it, but it was just good.
What?
Okay, so you're telling me you have a short attention span. No, is that what you got from this statement?
Oh boy.
You didn't say anything substantive in your statement. That was the only thing of substance in the whole fucking thing. The movie was good, but not because you know anything that was good about it, just because you didn't fall asleep on it. So it was good. Then why am I talking to you? What's up, kids? What's up, D?
Right.
Look, he done jumped from the chat room into the real world. D showed up with the squad. What's up, fellas? Where your mask at? Banditos? Uh-oh, we got the Flash in here again.
Uh-oh.
Nah, this D nephew, he got his little Lightning McQueen stuff on, so we in here running. He's gonna be in here running like that Cat Williamson. What you thinking about? Running? No. Don't buy cards.
Going back to Suicide Squad. That little
I don't know what they working with.
Don't buy them, so I can't even tell you. The only shop, hold on one second, you guys. Only shop that did buy cards when I was business.
I forgot how good this game was. Nice of the Old Republic.
Ooh. I'm glad you said that. I got that on my Xbox right now.
Oh yeah. I bought Knights of the Old Republic Part 2, Jedi Academy, when games were actually good.
Yeah.
But they didn't change the rules. They just added extra stuff.
Yeah, Knights of the Republic 2 was a masterpiece in my opinion.
That's only banned in tournaments. That's only for tournaments. If you play casual,
They should remaster that game.
You use all that shit.
They are.
That's
doing
why
it.
if you got really old, valuable cards,
Really?
you give them away. You just keep them. You just play casual. So it's you and your friends playing, and you not going to Grand Prix and nothing like that to play. It don't fucking matter. Nobody cares. Oh shit!
Well,
You suck your thumb. You can't suck your thumb and run fast. They're giving you power. You get juice out of that.
He-Man.
He-Man. Yeah, every boy went through it. Aquatech, he said Jedi Academy was good. It was.
Oh no, we were talking about the games.
What games?
Jedi Academy, Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay.
Part
I
1
was
and 2.
always talking about Knights of the Old Republic. He's still trying to get me to play that shit. And like, I had to settle the fact that I don't go backwards in my games.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
If you sign a contract and you complete your contract, it's over. Yeah, King. If you sign a contract, complete your contract, and then your service is done. I'm gonna have to ask you for shit else. Thank you very much for your service. But if your contract ain't up, do your part, motherfucker. You didn't want to do your part, don't sign the goddamn contract.
Bro, you want to see something funny? Look up the
How do you feel about
YouTube, the Army ad for the United States,
and
then YouTube, the Army ad for China, and ask who's going to win in the next fight.
China.
Like, it's like,
Because China is not a suggestion, motherfucker. This is what you do.
They're like, they're not with the gung ho G.I. Joe, like the whole.
No.
Our ads are like, wear a dress. We don't care. Like, it's.
I go more like Israel. Everybody should be in the military. You a citizen? You should have had your 2 years of military training already.
a Starship Trooper fan myself.
Yeah, you supposed to get your 2 years. That's part of your citizenship.
You want to be a citizen? Okay.
Cool. Got 2 years for you. Jump in. That's why Gal Gadot got her 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Ain't hurting her any.
The only thing I'll come
No, not at all.
is if you have a career, if your mother or father are career military, you can skip one generation.
Yeah, just get
But
one.
then the next generation is right back on the hood.
Yeah, see, he's still there. He's still supposed to be in there. Y'all tried Star Wars at the Old Republic? I never played Old Republic, and Albert was trying to get me to go back and play it, but I haven't because I'm still playing the games that I'm playing right now. So that's why it would take me forever to actually get back to going to Knights of the Old Republic to play it through again, because I haven't finished the games I'm playing right now, because I don't play games every day. Even this fucking Pokemon on my phone, I may get to it today and I might not get to it until another 2 days from now. But I'm still playing it, but it's not a game that has a complete finish. That's why I can keep playing. If it's a game that actually has a storyline and it ends at a point, depends on how long I'm playing it to do it. And I don't usually have like a day or a week or every day to fucking play that shit. I don't. I mean, you can judge it by the number of killing time videos I put up and the spaces in between. That's when I have time to kill to play that fucking game. So if it ain't seem like you haven't finished it yet, no, motherfucker, you watching it. How close am I to finish? I don't have a lot of time like that nowadays. Back in the day, now somebody wants to invite me to a battle when they couldn't get them to show up for the fucking raid that I wanted them to be a part of. Motherfucker. So let him struggle like I did. Fucking friends, dude.
Savage.
But,
yeah, now he wanted my help. I'm gonna help him because he's my friend, but you gonna hear that shit too. It's like, nigga, didn't I send out an alert earlier today about a raid you didn't want to be a part of to help me out? Fuck you. Spent a lot of money on that raid, dickhead. Now you want help with some shit I beat by myself. Fuck you. Still gonna help him, but you gonna hear that shit.
Well, Ghost of Tsushima is coming out with a new DLC called Rivals.
I fucks with my Ghost. That's one of them games like Skyrim. I don't never want to finish. I don't never want that shit finished. Ride that shit out forever.
It's my top 5 favorite.
Actually, I go back further than that. Oblivion.
I never played Oblivion. Skyrim was the first Elder Scrolls I played because I wasn't that interested in it. Same thing with Grand Theft Auto. San Andreas was the first one that I played. I bought the other ones for my brother, but I never played Grand Theft Auto before then. It wasn't that interesting to me. But San Andreas, oh yeah, I'm all over that. And I heard that they were doing a remix to that one, gonna remaster it. I play the fuck out of that one too. I wasn't just playing it just because you can bang a stripper or have girlfriends. That shit was fun to me. The soundtrack was awesome. I like the scenery because I know those spots in LA and the Bay Area and Vegas. Know that shit. That was my niche.
One of the things I like doing in San Andreas is just taking road trips from different cities. You know,
that's what I do.
Yeah. I would just get in the car and take a road trip. From
it's on the top by Ant-Man. It's probably up there. If it's not up there, he moved it all into the boxes. What were you saying, Albert?
You said they're doing a remaster of San Andreas. I'll buy it.
Yeah, that's what I heard on Geek Culture Explained. Rob was saying that they were remastering San Andreas, Vice City, and something else. They were going to do a remastered editions, and it wasn't just like they went in with Mass Effect, where they just went back through Mass Effect and updated some graphics and shit like that. No, you might get whole new storylines and stuff like that in the game.
Ooh.
I was like, shit, I'm down.
I'm down with that.
Now, Rob, I don't know what his problem is, but he's not into the San Andreas one. He was more Vice City. Like, you ain't old enough to remember the 80s. The 80s wasn't all that damn cool, man. But I love San Andreas, so I'll be on board for that one. Everybody got their flavors.
Vice City was okay. It was a little flat.
I went back to try to play Vice City, and I wasn't that damn interested in it. I appreciated the upgrades in San Andreas.
San Andreas was a whole nother level compared to Vice City.
It won't be in the T section. It's Unstoppable Wasp, so it'll be under W. It'll be under Wasp. Boop, 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 boop. And if you don't see it in those back issue bins, look on the boxes on the table because that's where he probably moved it to.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing?
Yeah, so I did go back after I finished San Andreas to try to play Vice City, and it wasn't grabbing me. It was boring. It was boring. I didn't like the graphics. And that's usually why I don't go backwards because unless it's of the time when they make it, you don't get into the graphics.
Mm-hmm.
You don't buy the graphics. And if you've played a game that has better graphics than the original one, if you go backwards to play that shit, you're not as interested in it because it wasn't of the time for you. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good. That's why, like, if I recommend an old game like Art of Idmar, I recommended Elevator Action to him. But I told him when it was from, how early the game was. So he knows that going into it, don't expect no 3Ds, 100 and something polygon, rendered shit. Don't look for that. It's a game from the 80s on the original Nintendo system. So it's going to be blocky. You're going to be 64-bit or something like that. That's what you get. And it's only 2 buttons. So you ain't getting a lot of movement. You ain't getting no 3D and none of that shit. You're just going back and playing it, and it's one screen, and that's just it. That's what you get. So that's the setup for him knowing when he looks at the game, he's not expecting something more. When I play,
it's like when I go back to play,
backwards, I was expecting more, and I got less, and I didn't like the less that I was getting.
That's like when I go back to play Oblivion. There's just certain things that are not there that are there in Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of the things are better. You can actually create your own magic in Oblivion if you know where to go and do enough quests. Because you have to do a bunch of mage quests, but it's there, and I know what I'm getting.
Right.
Same races.
If I was really a hardcore Elder Scrolls fan like that, I could probably go back and play it, but I'm not.
Okay.
I got on with Skyrim, so from what I understand from where Elder Scrolls came from, Skyrim is the best one that they've made. Just like San Andreas at the time, that was the best version of the game that they've made for Grand Theft Auto. I played the best version. I can't go backwards. It's like Angry Man starting with his whiskey, and he started with Sinatra Select. You can't go backwards from that now, nigga. You can't go back down to number 7 and drink that shit and think it's wonderful. You
like
won't.
Going from
Yourself up.
GTA 5 back down to GTA 4.
Yeah, you start at the top. Just stay at the top. You're not going back down from the summit. Okay. What's up, Newtzel? Art Beats.
Oh, Art Beats.
Art Beat. Came to hang with old Eddie Kane. Yeah, the old pixelated sprites. Yeah, if you into nostalgia, it's fun. But if you're not into the nostalgia like that, or you didn't grow up on that first before it got to better graphics, you ain't gonna be. It's not gonna hold your attention like that. You ain't even gonna want to watch that shit. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck ever. This game was lame, and the pacing is slow. So it is what it is. So what else we got? We talked about Dre. We talked about Suicide. What was the other one? There was one other thing that I mentioned. I'm not remembering what it was. There's something in the news. Shit. I just had a brain fart. Look on the boxes on the table. That's where it will be. Not the bins, the boxes. You got to look through all of them. Because I'm not going to know exactly where it is because he just probably put it in there within the last couple of months. So you have to look through them. Not those boxes. In the back. On the back tables. All those boxes. Got to dig in crates. It's not the library. I mean, the shelves and stuff is organized, but some of the older stuff you're looking for, you got to get in there and look for it. Because it should be on the shelf, but if it's not on the shelf, it's going to be in the boxes. after a year, it pulled off. Yeah, he just recently put up a show.
So they are going to make Kotar. Wow. I can't wait till they remake Kotar. Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, they're remaking it. BioWare's not doing it. Some other company's doing it, I believe.
Well,
EA is not doing it either.
yeah, BioWare just needs to be his own company again. It was so like Jade Empire was a good.
Yeah, I'm trying to go
game.
back and play that a little bit.
No, I was going through my because I have 500 games on the Xbox, and my wife's godson was here, so I told him, man, put the games in you want to play, and just take certain ones out.
I feel like a pizza.
So I'm going back and reinstalling certain games that had installed in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I forgot how many good games I actually had. Plus with Game Pass, there's so much games you can play.
Yep.
I mean, you can say what you want about PlayStation or Xbox, but Xbox knows exactly what they're doing.
Yep, I got all the Dooms. All of them. Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom 64, Doom 3. The new Doom that came out about 5 years ago. And Doom Eternal.
So you just got a fetish, huh? We found Albert's fetish today. Albert's fetish is buying video games.
No, I got it through Game Pass.
Oh, okay. That don't mean you ain't got a fetish, motherfucker. Right? Right? That's a reprint too.
And thanks for reminding me, Albert. I gotta renew my subscription for Ultimate Game Pass.
Yep.
Whoop, whoop. Damn,
Yeah, I
forgot
started
to
Red
put
Dead
that on.
Online just a little bit ago, about a week ago. I haven't got that far though.
Yeah, I pulled it off my system because I started playing that. By the time I put Red Dead on my PS4, that was when Fallen Order came out. So I took it off of there. I took it off of there for space because I wanted to play Fallen Order. I wanted to play Fallen Order more than I wanted to play Red Dead.
Fallen Order.
Did you ever beat it?
You ever beat it?
No, I haven't finished with it yet.
Okay.
Not playing it like that. I haven't. The last time I played was the last Killing Time that you saw, and I was playing Mass Effect at that point because you kind of sold me on Mass Effect, so I went back and got that remastered Mass Effect, and I removed Madden 20 off my system to make room for Mass Effect and some other shit.
Okay.
Because this is my problem with downloading games. Because if you go to a download of games or having to download extra material, you always run out of space. You don't run out of space if you put all the damn information on the disc and just sell the damn game. Fuck you. Like, I don't need a startup disc for a game that I'm going to download anyway. I bought the disc because I want the game without the download.
Doesn't PS4 like to have an extra terabyte drive or something?
I don't know. They have to
Yeah,
find
that's what I
out.
do with my Xbox. I got a 2 terabyte drive, so I got to.
If they do, they're charging you for it. And I already paid for internet and the PSN account stuff. So,
But this is I'm talking about local storage. This is not online storage or anything. But
I don't know. I'll have to check and see.
Well, you got an external hard drive?
Yeah, external hard drive.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do. I got a 2 terabyte external hard drive. That way when I want to download something off a Game Pass or something, or I buy a game, I got that external hard drive to back it up.
See, my Xbox got 1 terabyte in already.
Okay.
And I was looking for a 4 terabyte thing. Actually, my wife was.
Mm-hmm.
So for my PlayStation.
All right, 3:30. Would you like it back?
Because I don't know, Xbox and PlayStation, I don't have a lot of space because of all the games I have on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then again, I said, you know what? I'll wait like a year. So I know within a year or two, I'll get the new systems.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten them yet because there's no games for them I really want to play.
Right.
I mean, like Miles Morales, I played on PS4. Final Fantasy 7, PS4. What else is out there? Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, everything is for PS4 and Xbox. I can already play.
Yeah, same here. New Forza is supposed to come out for the Xbox One.
I don't know what's in it, but I think every one of them is the same.
And I know PS5 is having problems. Always having problems with it. So I'm like, I.
Oh yeah, don't get me started on the scalper scandal.
Oh, that's not gonna talk about that. That's a stream for a different day, man. Someone tries to charge me $5,000 for a PS5. I'm like, I don't want. No.
They can try. You just look like a dumbass if you paid that much for it.
Yeah.
One person paid like a few $1,000s for a PS5 and they got a cinder block.
What? Oh no! Let's see.
I'm dead serious.
Why would you pay that much money for something that doesn't cost that much money?
Exactly.
You look like an idiot. You should have got a cinder block in the mail because that's what your head is like.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I heard that, I bust out laughing.
I would have too. I'm not laughing at the moment, but I'm just shaking my head. Like, look, I know everybody want a PS5. I want one, but it already costs what, $500, and that's a little high. So I was gonna wait anyway. But if you paid $1,000 for it because you just wanted to be the coolest kid on the block and have it first, you deserve to get a cinder block in the mail. You the one driving up the damn prices. Yeah.
Well,
people can sell stuff for anything, but it's not worth that much. If it was worth that much, Sony would have sold it for that much. It's not worth that much. It's worth about $5, if that.
Well, with all the mistakes that was happening with the drift controls and everything else, I'm like, nah. I always wait 2 years before I get a system, so they can get all the bugs out.
Yeah, I always wait about a year to get all the bugs out.
Because the first year is they get all the bugs out. After the first year, they mass produce it. All the limited editions. Like someone was selling a solid gold PS5, and it cost like $35,000.
What?
Yeah, it was like a golden PS5. It was supposed to be solid gold, and I'm putting out quotation marks.
Probably plated. Probably gold plated.
Yeah, probably gold plated. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't care if I had the money. Certain things are not worth that much money.
Yeah,
no, I look at things relatively, right? So relatively, $500. What else could I do with $500? $500 is a trip to Hawaii. At least a plane ticket. They get me on the island, right? $500, I can get a room in a nice hotel in Vegas. I'm at least in Vegas, right? $500 on a crap table was probably a losing bet for me, but you can do that. $500 is a car payment for some people. Could be. $500 is a down payment on the fucking pistol I want. That's $1,500. Okay? $500, you can do a lot with it. Do I want it on a system when I already got a system I'm playing and it might have bugs in it in the first year because it's a computer and they rushed it? No, it's not worth $5. I'll give you $4. You don't want to give it to me at $4 at launch? That's fine. Look, it's capitalism. You can sell it for whatever you want to. But I know if I catch your ass next year, you're going to be selling it for less than $500 and you'll have a different model with more memory and all the bugs worked out of it. Catch you in a year, motherfucker, because you're not going to stop selling it. You're not going to stop selling this tomorrow. I'll catch you in a year. You're going to be selling this for the next 10 years. I don't have to be the first one. Don't have to be the first one. I just have to have one that actually works, which is what I want, and that's what I'm paying for. So I'll give you $400 for it, and you'll come down to that price eventually. Or I'll buy a PS6 and call it a day. I'll wait for the next one. Catch you later. Okay?
I mean, $500 for me is an investment. I can use that to make more money off of it.
That was the other one. That's an investment. $500 to get you how much stock for Disney, Apple, Amazon,
or investing right now. I would like somebody hit me invest in like fantasy sports sites.
Shit, $500 I think could get me 2 full shares of Home Depot stock, and that should always go up.
So, and besides, like I was telling, all the games that's out for it, I can play on the old systems.
Exactly.
Like Spider-Man Morales. I like the game. It's just a standalone DLC. That's all it is. Mass
Damn,
Effect
is that
Legendary
all
Edition.
it is? The standalone DLC from the Spider-Man game?
It's so much shorter. It is.
Oh,
That's what it feels like. It feels like a $20 or $30 game. It's a nice game, good graphics. I love the story, but it's short. Plus, he's fighting the same. You fight one enemy twice for the Spider-Man verse, which is Rhino. I mean,
6, 8. Thank you. Don't cry out the other customer. He's still here.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition, great game.
All
I
right,
like
you too.
Mass
Have a
Effect
good
1 of the Legendary Edition. I can play on the old systems.
It's COVID. You can't cry people. They get antsy about that shit. So that's it.
Yeah, Mass Effect 1 on Legendary Edition. That was artists didn't play the original, but that was a significant improvement compared to the original 360.
Everything from the combat to the graphics. I liked it a lot better. Matter of fact, I like Mass Effect 1 Legendary better than I like Mass Effect 3 Legendary. But Mass Effect 2 would be my favorite because Mass Effect 2 had the best story.
True.
Really? That's where I started. I started at Mass Effect 2, and I was liking the story on that one.
Well,
so when I saw this one, don't lean on the counter.
I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like a Jesus complex thing.
Yeah.
If you think about it, I mean, he had 12 disciples. He went to afterlife and purgatory. He was brought back to life.
Okay.
Reapers,
Yeah.
the devil.
Yeah.
Messiah complex.
And his name is Shepherd.
Yeah, he's trying to lead you.
I'm just saying.
Lead you out the valley of darkness.
Exactly.
You got a point, Double C. I can't dispute that one. Got that Messiah complex happening.
I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Afterlife, purgatory, died and came back.
How you doing? All right.
It's like Jesus or Horus. Bro. I can't remember the Egyptian mythology. But anyhow, I'm like, Shepherd. I ain't gonna front. My wife figured that one out before I did. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna give him a cap here.
You ain't got to lie.
It's all good.
I can tell when you lying.
No, you can't. You can use your force powers.
Yeah. I got a good lie detector. It's called my nose. I can smell bullshit a mile away.
Yeah, well. Thank Mrs. Dub for that one.
1861.
Okay. So we just round it down to $18.
Working on the subtotal, huh?
Minus your 10. So that's $8.
So do you save the Krogan or let him die?
You owe $8 to the
I
bank.
always save the Krogan.
Okay.
I always say the
if you let the Krogan die, if you want Morden to live, you have to like betray Rex. So
yeah, you have to.
take power.
There's a whole bunch of stuff you have to do to let.
Yeah, the whole bunch of stuff you got to do. But I like Rex, so I let the Krogan live. And plus, I always take the green ending. I always take the synthesis route because I like eating. But
okay.
I save the Talons, the Quarians, and the Geth.
Yes.
I save everybody. Then I
save
act like an asshole to everybody else.
Actually, I'm an asshole to everybody else, but I'm nice to my crew.
I'm nice to my crew because that's why I save my crew. I like a big crew. I like having options, and I like the Krogan because he was funny. I forgot who he was until I went back and grabbed him and said, "Oh, I like this race. This race is the fun one because he's talking shit. You ready to scrap?"
You guys, you said you got this for Indigo last time, right?
Like I like the ones that want to get in there and fight. So I'm not gonna mess with the Krogan. How you guys doing? Kid alert.
Yeah, my favorite scene of Mass Effect 2 is when you have to do that trial with Grunt and you talking to the Shaman leader. Shaman leader and that dude talking about alien don't like Sprint. I always pick the renegade option. I'm like, shut your bitch ass up. Because Shepard headbutts him if you do the renegade option. I'm like, shut up.
And
he's like,
hey, kid alert.
Okay, sorry.
Keep it clean for a second. Thank you.
So basically, the term was like, I like him. He understands.
Yes, I like this here when he understands.
They're your problem now. I'm
Well,
like,
that's usually the more fun.
oh yeah. I mean, the companion missions actually made sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't annoyed with none of the companion missions except for things. Because well,
trying to
there's a
keep up.
glitch.
Oh.
No, there's a glitch in this mission, and they haven't fixed it. Which is, if you go to the storage room, you're stuck there and you fail the mission.
What?
You're stuck there, right? Unless you punch the storage boy, you're stuck in the room. So you can't take the Paragon Ray out. I end up punching the guy just so I don't fail the mission.
I always have enough Paragon points by the time I get to the thing.
Well, I try to get the Paragon points so I can resolve the conflict between Miranda and Jack.
Mm-hmm.
So, cause I try to get
Now, have
everybody's
you done this
loyalty.
in Legendary Edition? Because I heard they rebalanced it to make it a little bit easier.
Oh, they did actually.
Are you serious?
Because if you took the Paragon route, and especially if you had to break up the fight between Miranda and Jack,
Yeah, it had to be really high. It's absurd.
You had to be like over 80%.
Yeah, it was absurd what you had to do to have enough to keep them from falling out.
So what I usually do is this: once I get really high and I get everybody's loyalty, I respect my character and just take out all those Paragon points. So I could put the.
How you guys doing?
Do we need to leave our bags back here?
Yeah, there's a way to do it.
Stick anything in it.
Well, it makes no sense. Now it's like, okay, you only need like maybe 3 bars. But if you take here's the thing, you take the Renegade option, it doesn't have to be that high. Besides, I usually do Renegade in the second one because I like to see the scarred face of Shepherd, and in the dark you can see the glowing eyes.
Oh wow.
I mostly do Paragon. I will do Renegade when I feel like it. You know, if I'm tired of a character, I don't like a character, I will do the Renegade option if it's available.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
But I mostly say Paragon.
Yeah,
Don't get it like. Now to get it twisted, when I'm on that Krogan planet, I'm on straight Renegade. I talk cash shit.
Oh yeah.
Garbage. I can turn it.
Cash crap. Sorry, artist.
Cash fecal matter.
Yeah.
Enough room for them all.
Now, Mass Effect 3 did have some excellent DLCs though.
Well, true.
Did you play Leviathan? If you haven't played Leviathan, you need to do the Leviathan DLC.
Leviathan's fun, but sorry, man, but Mass Effect 2 to me got the best DLCs. I like the Citadel one.
Yeah, it doesn't compare to Shadow Broker.
No, Shadow Broker, Arrival. Only thing I wish they brought back was the Pinnacle Station. Because it was easy to farm money and get weapons.
All right, that's it.
Everything.
But
72, 90.
Yeah, they said the code got messed up or something. They couldn't.
Yeah,
they couldn't do it.
Well, the thing is, and the Pinnacle Station came out 2 years after
24
Mass Effect came out originally.
Yeah.
24 hours it down like I did.
I get that.
I ain't gonna even.
2486. That's what it is.
Yeah, but they rebalanced it to make it easier to get to the higher level stuff faster.
Well, if you play legendary mode and you get to level 30, which is like technically level 60.
Yeah.
They did make it. They made it easier, even on like normal mode. They made it easier. But either way, man, it was still a fun game. And they should have came up with that
the whiteboard at home
before they came out with Andromeda. My personal opinion, they should have worked on Andromeda a bit more.
Yeah.
And they should have given me the Corian art from Andromeda.
Real life. The bank account or the whiteboard.
Shit, what dude? As soon as they started realizing how much shit started.
Yeah, who do you usually romance?
Well, that was my daughter. Because I did it with my daughter.
Romance. See, first game Liara or Ashley. Second game Miranda or Jack.
I don't know what to tell you.
Third game, I stick with Liara.
Sorry, first. My daughter, she gets
I usually kill Caden, or well, actually, I usually kill Caden because Caden is a
No,
Yeah,
my daughter don't
character.
share.
Here's your book.
Huh?
I find
She
Caden
don't
to be
share and
boring
she keep up with hers.
Thomas?
as a character.
She keep up with her money tight.
Actually,
Imagine having another
yeah,
one.
she's kind of boring too. No,
I
no,
Yeah.
could have another one if I only rented it for a day.
I looked my daughter in her face and told her, like, look, you know, if you'd have been first.
I always pick Liara because I can say I'm smooth in the shadow buffer. I'm just
No,
saying.
no, thank God I got these
And she said, you got through with the skin of your teeth.
boys. Man, trapped between these two boys where you belong.
I got to tell my daughter, you're my favorite daughter. She said, I'm your only daughter. I said, that's why. I stopped at you, right?
Exactly.
You hear what I said?
That attitude, you don't want competition.
Man, you got to share the spotlight with nobody.
No, but yeah, you're going to clear the path and he's going to hide the body.
Right. That's what my son's for.
Trapped under my roof.
That's what my son's for. He there to hide the body. Like,
That's me and my older brother. He lived in Anaheim. Sheriff done it. Our whole trip back and forth. It's like, hey, I found a new spot. Oh, okay. Nobody will go. All right. It's like
you know the same kind of police officers I know. Like, man, I go on trips just to make sure I got my alibi straight.
Like, yeah, that's a perfect place. They'll never look for that body over here.
Like, man, I can't tell everybody that.
Yeah, he has two girls, so he's way worse than me. And our
Yeah,
dad
he ain't
grew-
playing.
And our dad raised a bunch of assassins. Like, our sisters was like, my dad was like, look, they point, you shoot. I come
Yeah,
home.
people
and
say
it's
that
not
shit
a
like it's a
problem.
bad thing. That's what your dad's supposed to do. Your dad's supposed to train you.
And if he come home and we didn't do, oh, it was our ass.
Well, that's what I told my son and my daughter is that I told my daughter when she was going to really start dating stuff like that. Don't let me find out that you got some dude that ain't about shit, because that's your job and it's your brother's job. They get back to me, he gone forever. You're never gonna see him again, and I'm gonna be mad at your ass.
Yeah. So
Because you were the first line. He was the second line. They got back to me.
Everybody's looking.
Look, send the family a card. The motherfucker ain't coming back in. He's just gonna be gone one day. He's just gonna be gone one day.
Yes.
And I will not care. I don't have to.
All right, brother.
All right, D. Good seeing you.
Appreciate you.
Good seeing you, boys.
Come on, let's go get some food.
Gang, gang. Get some gang. Get some food.
Yeah, but I ain't ate since yesterday. I'm sorry.
Oh, hell no.
On that OMAD.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, what we got here? 8 people went from 15 to 8. Who went live? All of a sudden. Catch you gentlemen later. These YouTube streets got to give my half-dead lawn its shape up. Yeah, you got to trim up the yard, Aquateki? Yeah. Our yard looking rough. But it's been hot. That sprinklers ain't doing shit. It's drying that shit out. I think the sprinkler is helping bake the goddamn grass. Like it's coming on too early in the day. Because it
Dennis
comes
is about to go live.
Oh, is he? Yeah, I know Dennis about to. I'm about 3 hours in, so I'm gonna jump off of here so I can save some of my powder for tomorrow and actually try to get 2 more videos up for you guys today. I can't do it if I'm on stream.
All right.
But I can charge my phone too. So thanks, AB, for coming through. And wait a minute, I think somebody hit me on the Cash App. I need to make sure they get their bounces in. Make sure they get their bounces in, because I wasn't pushing it since this was just an impromptu stream. But I only got one. Goddamn, 3 hours, I only got one. You know, this ain't even minimum wage for 1 hour. God damn, y'all be selfish. All right, anyway. Shout out to Aquateki for the Cash Apps. I'm lucky I ain't really trying to live off of this shit. I'd be upset. Freeloaders. Yeah, and Aquateki, I will give you that 3 BC. Thank you. Yeah, shout out to Aquateki. Appreciate you supporting the stream. See, he know what to do. He come in, he support the stream. He hit a like. He even told y'all to hit the like button. I think he might have said that once. Come on, adhere to the rules of the space.
Yeah, I'll catch you later, Arson.
All right, AB, peace. Double C, what you didn't hear was about to get out of here because I'm almost 3 hours in. So
Yeah, I
Get over
gotta
here so I
go.
can do two more videos. Get 2 more videos done. But we wasn't really talking about shit. It was just geeks talking. So we're talking geek
Yeah.
shit.
Well, thanks for having me, Artisan. I gotta go check on Miss Dub C.
Yeah, okay. Miss Dub, y'all
Yeah,
enjoy the
man.
movie. Wait, well, you said you saw Suicide already, right?
No, we didn't see it. Yeah, we're gonna see it tonight.
And you sat up here and let us spoil the movie for you, huh?
I don't care about that. Once she ain't spoiled, doesn't matter. But right now, because 23 more days is our 5th-year anniversary.
15 or 50?
My fifth.
Fifth. Okay, fifth. I thought you said 50. I was like, you ain't that old, man. What the hell? Too
Well,
much
50
on
in dog years, maybe. Well, what the hell?
Oh, that's only if you married the dog, dude.
Nope. That was a trap. Nope, not gonna go for that
You
one.
trapped yourself. You trapped
Yep.
yourself. Hope
That's
she
why-
didn't hear you.
Hey,
I better hope she didn't hear you.
mistakes were made, and she's in their sleep.
Probably dodging stuff in the house right now. Mistakes made, baby. I was just playing. Dog years. Better say cat years or something.
Why must I be like that? Why must I chase the cat? Nothing
Yeah.
but a dog in me. Woof.
It can be. Somebody got to protect this house. Cats don't do it. Cats will watch people break in your house. Like,
My cat be like, "Oh, you got some tuna? Yeah, we're good. Go ahead."
You got food at your house? I'll come with you. You taking that too? Yeah, I'll come with you. I like laying on that couch. Cats got no loyalty, dude. They loyal to where the food at.
My dog is so loyal that when I leave, my wife has to put his bed by the door just till I get back, because he'll lay there the whole time until I get back. Huh?
Because your dog, no, daddy gone. I'm missing daddy. I'm gonna wait till he come back.
Oh yeah.
Dogs like a 3-year-old. They have no sense of object permanence. Like you disappeared forever.
Yeah.
Just went to work. They thought you was gone forever. That's why they're always happy to see you. Like, oh my God, I didn't think you were ever coming back. They mind don't work that way. Like, oh, he'll be back later. The cat be looking at you like, knew you was coming back. Why don't you feed me? What the fuck? Expect me to do this myself? No.
Take out the trash. 10 minutes later, you're back. I'm like, I'm just taking out the trash, dog. What the hell?
Yeah, but I thought you were gone forever.
Yeah. All jokes aside, man, thanks for having me on, man. This has been fun.
No problem, Dub C. Enjoy the movie tonight with Miss Dub C. If y'all finish watching it tonight, come on tomorrow. You can throw your 2 cents in on what you guys thought of what you saw.
Yeah.
You just have to blank everybody else's reviews out your head first.
Actually, I haven't watched nobody else's reviews for that purpose.
That's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to go into it fresh, clean. Like you just came out the shower.
Yeah.
Then
All
sit
right,
down.
man.
All right, Dub C. Peace. All right, that was Dub C and the A Bizzle to the Media Izzle. AB Media 83, for y'all who don't know. I just want to give him something cooler instead of AB Media. But I'm going to get out of here. It's been 3 hours. It's been real. It's been nice. Can I say it's been real nice? Yeah. So I will see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific time. I think it's like 2 p.m. East Coast time. And we will do this Shop Talk Live, get this actual geek stuff going on. But thanks for coming through. Thank you to Aquatechie for the support. I will see you guys in these YouTube streets. Peace.